Seen.
Wait, I just come debate up some girl's whole family life. Boy.
Seen. That's seen.
It's true. Now,
is that the right time?
This might be the first time I've kind of all out.
Seen.
It is a bit bait, isn't it? I want to bet up somebody's life like that on the podcast.
That's bait, bro.
All right.
No seen.
It is bait. I was going to tell you, but I haven't come around to tell you. But I guess I'm on this is the time I see you. But I am. When's the last time you cut something like that?
I don't know, but I wouldn't talk about it.
All right, man. Like you said it. I agreed with you. I'm saying I'm going to cut it out. Get the point, man. I feel like I didn't agree with you. I agreed with you. I said,
I'm not involved.
I said you're right.
Oh, God.
All right.
I don't want these problems at all.
All right. So, saying that, then let me just say. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. I still don't sound nice, but welcome to another episode of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. This is episode 140 of season 2. Hashtag ESN pod to join in the conversation at ESN podcast on all social medias. Please join us, follow us, rate, review us on the social medias.
Hurry up and buy.
I am Stavros Boss, the truth. Thank you for joining us.
Get down.
Your mother will be ashamed of you.
And in the room with us, we have, we'll start off with Web Slinger. Web Slinger.
It takes so long.
Yes. Web Slinger.
What's going on, people? It's your boy DJ Webslinger. Instagram DJ Webslinger. Twitter DJ Webslinger. If you get to heaven, write this down, and you don't see me there, you have failed in life.
That's it.
Man's remix a thing.
Remix.
You remixed it, man. The original is the real gangster.
I know the original's bad, man.
We also have Mr. Wolf.
Oh, what's going on, people? Nice to be here. I've got a Yoruba proverb here.
Bet you do.
Yep, it's a bit. I don't think people agree with this, but it's not by force. You will never know who anyone really is until he or she becomes wealthy. Which means be perceptive. Never presume to really know who anyone is until he or she is financially independent. Boom.
Boy.
Boy.
Them people from South London just don't know each other then, do they?
Jesus.
Shade, what's going on? You can catch me on Insta on AKA Mr. Wolf and on Twitter on AKA _Mr. Wolf. Do you have a problem with my arm wrestling?
No. I just don't need to put my arm there. You done?
I'm done,
You're
man.
such a nitpicker, man.
Isn't it, man?
Simple Simon.
Picking any nitpicker.
Rat bastard.
It's advised that you do not flirt with my woman. It is advised that you do not get too pally-pally with my woman.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's inevitable that I will confront you about such issues.
Yes.
That was a very, very, very short excerpt from a poem by the Right Honourable Spagger Benz. In its original rendition, it's called Dolly House, and it goes a little something like this.
Well, when it comes to my woman, me a joke. And a boy see my woman, I make the wrong approach. John, I'm gonna crush him like a cockroach, you understand? Well, now boy can't play dolly house with me, girl, me will step in I'm face. In I'm face, no fear if a sergeant or general,
Me will step in your
face. In your face, a boy try this, me will play the general and step in I'm face.
My
In I'm
DJ,
face,
cut that, man. Cut that. Them have to find it on the internet. You see it there? At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I am Simple Gaza Fist Simon. Yeah.
We need to start getting the thing that goes. Anyway, how old is the girl that man is playing Dolly House with his girl?
No, Dolly House is an expression that is basically like, you know, when children play house, where they play mother and father or what have you, he's saying somebody is simulating that with his woman, i.e. they are Pedant.
How did you let her get? How did you let next man get that close to his woman to feel that
You've been working, innit?
So he stays with his woman every day, every minute of every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Eh?
He's doing nights, bro.
When your own wife is in the shop, somebody's not playing Dolly House with her.
You think I don't have a camera in there? I can talk to you?
You got a little.
Hey, you got a 7-year-old boy. He's playing.
I'm gonna
Dolly.
beat him up,
That's he's playing Dolly House.
Yeah,
with you.
but I'm gonna beat
That's
him up.
playing Dolly House right
I'm gonna
there.
beat up the 7-year-old.
Okay,
And when they see him on the streets, don't think I'm not gonna take him out anyway.
Can I give you a request to do next week?
Why can't you do it yourself?
Go on.
Hell no. I can't do it myself.
Let me hear. Go on.
No. I'll give you.
Oh, you give me the
thing.
request.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
There's
I've
no
got it in
point in
mind.
letting everyone else know what he's requesting.
Why not? Innit? Oh yeah, fair enough. You're right. You're right.
We also have Big Wahala.
Yes. A big one on Insta, a big one on Twitter. What's good?
Dun, dun.
And we have a special guest in the room.
Special.
so special.
So special.
The fine and genuine.
Genuine.
The slim thing. The, I don't know, what we're we going to say?
Effervescent.
Did you go to Carnival?
Yes, I
The
did.
Carnival Queen. Did you wear anything on one of these things?
Did I wear anything? I don't like the hand expression.
You know what I mean?
No, she went there naked. She went there naked.
Yes, I wore costume.
She was masquerading.
You always wear
Yeah.
a costume, yeah?
I've
seen.
on occasion,
I've seen.
yeah, not every year,
Actually,
but this year I
some
did.
great costumes this year. Some great
Yeah.
costumes.
They all look the same to me.
Was you one of the ones that was waiting on this one people them to do their costume?
No, did you hear about that?
I heard about it.
Okay,
still.
okay.
They were part of my band, but they weren't part of my section. Yeah.
Okay, that wonderful voice is Lala from Two Girls and a Mic podcast.
Oi, oi. Thank you for inviting me back, boys. I kind of missed you lot. I'm glad to be here.
You know, people are always welcome, you know. Ask, you know. You can
Yeah.
always ask.
No, I like to be invited. I like to do things
It's
properly.
true, you know. They do like to be
Yeah.
invited because I said this the other day. I was on somebody's podcast. I was like, whenever you want to come on, just let me know. Yeah, and I know that they want to be invited. I will not call you unless you want to. If you want to come on, that is my invite.
No, I
if
think
you want
it's
to come on, let us
like,
know.
I'm not going to presume that I can just come in here and
Your family,
just
man. You can come.
sit down and just...
Listen, the conversation we were just having earlier on.
Yeah.
Like, we're the old timers, innit? You're one of us.
This is true.
Come,
That's
when
fine.
When you're ready to come, come. Bring your sister and come. Or if she can't come, you come yourself.
Oh, where is your
problem.
girl, man? Why is she here?
She had some things to do this weekend. She's been really, really busy. So
I gotta
she
give her
sends her
props
love. But next one, you know, when you re-invite us, we'll come down.
You know,
I like what you did there.
Re-invite us.
Re-invite. Yeah. Mhm.
I like her hair.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she
I
cut
like
it.
what she done with it.
Yeah.
I was gonna slide in her DMs,
Instagram
but
stuff.
I
You
thought
should
it might-
listen. She's
you
open.
know.
She's always complaining
She's
about
open?
Listen.
Open how? Open how?
You know what?
Mr. Wolf.
No.
Blow the
See,
house down, bruv.
I was gonna slide in her
Wow.
DMs. I was gonna slide in her
Yeah, go
DMs, and
on.
I think these guys made it out as if I was gonna move to her or something. I said, no, I just want to
Slide in
compliment
there.
her hair. That's
She's
all.
always complaining that
did
not
too.
enough people
I did
slide in her DMs.
That's-
Actually, it was a topic of conversation on one of our podcasts that nobody's just in her DMs. So, like, if you do that, she'll be more than
That's how
happy.
it starts, Mr. Wolf.
I'm telling you.
Slide in,
Until
bro, slide
they
in.
slide.
I like your hair.
She's not got
Yeah.
she's set on private, innit? That's why, man.
She is
So
actually.
She's got not even
she's
set on
not
private.
open.
She's set on private, and one of her filters is not anyone below 30,500 pounds.
Yeah, but I'm
Pay limit. Now
Oi.
PM me or whatever.
I'm
it was.
her Instagram
I don't
friend.
forget, you know. I don't
I'm her
forget.
So she's got standards, man. What can I say?
Can you imagine if people could put those type of filters on their Instagram?
That'd be gangster.
No one below this salary bracket can message me.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's got it in their bio.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe in their
sure.
bio, but if they could actually filter you out,
Yeah, it was like a LinkedIn, but Instagram.
they might. You know, when we say these things, you suddenly see it pop up on
I
their
wouldn't be
thing.
surprised.
What filter would I put?
I think we've had this discussion before.
No, but that's if you're dating. Just if I just don't want anyone on social media even following me.
no makeup,
Look,
Yeah, that would definitely be you.
no flat bottom.
Yeah.
what if you're following me?
No wigs.
No
No wigs.
I'm taken, bro. Do what you're doing, innit? That don't bother me. It bother me. But
There you go.
alright. But if you're following me on social media, what do I care if you got a wig on?
I don't care if you follow me. Following me is not a problem.
But if they
It's what I- it's
DM
what I follow
you
in them.
as
I'm
like
married,
I'm
innit?
interested,
I'm
no,
married.
don't stop some of these girls and some of these men. I don't care about rings.
But as long as I'm faithful, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as how
DMs
you
me.
react is one thing, but how other people react is entirely
I think
up to
that
them.
question is
No
applicable
weave.
to either a cheat
No
or a
weave.
faithful or
No wax.
Yeah.
a single person. For me, it's
You just say no,
N/A.
but they can still slide in there.
That's fine. I'll show my missus and say I'm still available. I'm still wanted. People still want
Has
me.
anybody tried it when you see she's been married?
I don't
question.
think
So people still don't want you then.
The nerve.
well, talking about my marriage, 4 years married, just yesterday.
Wow, well done, well done.
Congratulations.
So happy anniversary, wife.
Happy anniversary, mate.
She's still drugged then, yeah?
Listen, I've got infinity amounts in the cupboard. Just every night, just
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
You want your 1990, love?
She looks like she's coming round. Put a bit more in.
Your 19, love?
So 4 years ago, we went to Rio. Damn.
No, that was in May.
May, yeah.
But
4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago was Rio. I was there for my
A lot of
birthday.
things that happens is real, boy.
Yeah, man.
A lot of things.
It's real,
Indeed.
Yeah, for real, though.
I don't even know what's happened.
boy.
Okay, all right. So, Lala, how are you then?
I'm good. I'm really good, actually. Had a nice week as opposed to a stressful
A
week.
short one, isn't it?
Yeah,
holiday.
because of the bank holiday and everything. I think the weather just made everybody just, a bit vibesy. So I think I'm feeling that energy.
I went Carnival.
So, yeah, we're a bit late to this topic. A lot of other people have spoken about it. But we went last week, the whole episode, didn't talk about Carnival at all. And let's make up for it now because we have our dancehall queen in the room. So what set were you with or whatever it's called?
I was with
Kangs, you know.
What's
What's the term?
band. What band were you with?
Okay, yeah,
So
go on.
I was with Chocolate Mass, but they had obviously there's Sunday and there's Monday. So for Sunday it's T-shirt, which is just them kind of throwing chocolate or paint like Juve. No, I can't take the chocolate and the paint going over me. I'm still not ready for all of that.
Right, fair enough.
And then obviously Monday is costume day. So with Chocolate Mass, they had 4 different designers design for their section. Each design, I think, had 200 people to make costumes for. So my band was called DBL
800
Tried.
people?
Yeah.
Is that how big these things are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Massive.
In
Big
one...
business.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see that big trailer people behind the thing.
Yeah.
I haven't actually been to that part of Carnival for quite a while.
Maybe that's why they don't want us Africans there. For the people like you.
No,
that
3
don't
years ago. 3 years ago, I was there. Sorry.
Wow,
But
your
it
people
didn't look
walking.
that big. But anyway,
So
I stopped you.
per float, there's how many people?
It
on
depends
average?
on the band.
Yeah.
Like different floats have different amounts of people.
How about your one?
Ours had 800.
She just said
And hold
that.
on, you people are paying big money
She
for
literally
these.
just said that.
I'm trying to
still.
still
Yeah.
register it though, bruv.
Yeah.
So they're making monies.
Yeah. It's a big business. Like people literally finance their entire lives just for
That
just to
weekend.
make
About £600
Yeah.
outfit.
So it's not about the culture. It's not about the history. It's not about bringing things over. It's all about the money.
There you go. There's a
Kind
bit
of
of that.
big money spent, big
Yeah,
money,
there's
man.
a lot going on. So
It was me thinking you people cared about.
How much you pay?
I'm not telling you that. That's my business.
I mean, we should do a band next year.
What's that?
Well,
the Carnival?
The geriatric band when none of us can't walk
I
down
mean, you've got to, if you're going to,
Walk
lots of
slowly.
people say that, but it's hard work. Like you probably have to apply from now to get a float space because you've got to go through the committee and, I think you have to play a certain amount of, soca. I think that's a new rule. They never used to have that.
Oh, so even they now are trying to cut the Africans. All right.
No. They
it's
said,
not that.
Fuck
they
you. Don't
said-
tell me nothing of your half Jamaican self. Fuck you.
Did you not just hear what I said? I said you have to play a certain amount. They didn't say you have to play soca solely.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Because basically,
the
what
point
there
is-
was a point where there was a
Personal wahala.
there was a divergence in the music at Carnival, and floats did actually stop. There were some floats that weren't playing soca at all.
You say diversions. Like, man's talking about Star Wars. This is diversions in the Force.
But it's the truth though. So yeah, some floats weren't playing soca at all.
Yeah.
Good. And it just it kind of diluted what Carnival was supposed to be. So I think it's
What
kind
is
of
Carnival supposed to be?
Carnival is memory.
There we go.
No, it's a deep one. It's a deep
There's
one.
loads.
From when I
Like,
was a youth,
Point to the other
Carnival
Jamaican.
was-
What is Carnival, bruv?
No.
it's
It's a celebration.
It's a celebration. It's a unifying event, and it's also
Simple.
to
You don't usually start this much, you know. It's
no, because it's a lot of things.
It's
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things, and
It's an excuse for women to be butt naked and for men to
the
gyrate on them.
original
we don't
reason
need
for Carnival
an
starting.
excuse to do that.
Hey,
That's it. Tell him.
Alright, the questions I was seeing, shout out Georgette about can your woman dance? Is it alright for your woman to be dancing with other men? That's an excuse, isn't it? Because you're not just gonna let your woman dance with man in certain types, ways, and fashion anywhere.
Yeah.
So Carnival apparently is all.
They get a free pass.
Yeah.
all right. So, well, you heard my song. You heard my song at the beginning of the podcast. Yeah, a boy can't play dalios with
Is your woman allowed to whine with another man at Carnival? Simple.
Huh?
I've already spoke about.
I know, we've
Carnival.
already had this conversation.
That's what I'm saying,
I
a
ain't got
couple
a
of weeks
problem with
ago.
that. I ain't got a problem. With
You haven't got a problem.
that. Nah.
A couple of weeks ago, I spoke about that.
And Mr. Wolf, you
My
do
missus
have a
went
problem.
Carnival this
Yeah, man,
this
nah,
year. I'm sure she danced with somebody. I'm sure somebody danced with her.
No.
She's a correct woman.
I don't
She
know.
didn't do
There's a difference between dancing with somebody and the actual soca
Whining.
dancing, whining, and
For me, there ain't
and all
no
that stuff.
damn difference. Unless you ain't
there's a
touching.
difference.
There's a huge difference.
If you don't see how
This is a
Majorly.
soca somebody right here. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Trust me.
Okay, if you were in a relationship, sorry, I'm just presuming.
Yeah.
Actually, are you? Okay,
I'm single.
Okay,
as a
let me just
dollar bill.
Rebs is moving to the
you know, she tied it.
Forget the DMs. What you saying?
no sliding, no
So you
sliding.
can't
in
blush.
the DMs.
Yeah, of
No,
course.
both of
Yeah.
you too skinny. It's not gonna work. So,
We'll set fire to each other.
Lala's not skinny
yeah.
though.
It'll be a hot relationship.
so,
Lala ain't skinny, man.
no, I'm joking. You're mocking. So, if
Fucking hell, bro.
if you're in a relationship, would
the
you
guest.
like to the the extreme kind of whining? Not we're not naked. I mean, we're not. So nobody's entering the other person.
Yeah.
But you might as well be.
Yeah.
Would you be cool to do that with? Let's forget whether you do that you dance like that or not. I'm not saying you do or you would. But if you're in a relationship and you were the type of person to dance like that when you're single, would you say, now that I'm in a relationship, I can't do that?
I wouldn't, because first of all, I don't do that hard, the hard whining that people can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand that there's a culture behind it. Like if you go to the Caribbean, that kind of dancing is nothing. That's what they do, and then they go home.
They go
No
church.
relationships don't break down because of it, because it's just a dance.
Okay.
So the idea behind it is entirely different to maybe what you guys are thinking, because you guys are like, if you're dancing with a next man like that means that you're practically having an affair. Whereas
I haven't said anything.
no, I'm just saying.
You point at me and stuff, you know, I haven't said a word.
Okay, you.
I would have put it that way.
She said you
I just
man,
said
you
there's
Africans. That's what she meant.
There's a cultural difference. Like I've been to Trinidad Carnival twice, and like I've seen women dancing with that man there, that man there, that man there, and vice versa. The men go and they dance with. It's just a thing that they do, and nobody is breaking up over it. It's just culturally part of the whole thing.
Does she have to do a paternity test afterwards?
Well, some of them might do because the way that they go in, I guess. But
I do.
you know, like I said, it's a cultural thing. If you're not on it, then you're not on it. So, but if you're okay with it, you're okay with it.
I mean, I do get that it is one dance and move on. I do understand that people don't have to, that they ain't going to stay with that person for half an hour and dance. But I just don't like the idea of my woman getting grinded by maybe 5, 6, 7 different men.
I think it's more like
Holding the waist and
if you know your partner as well. Like if I knew my partner wasn't on it, I wouldn't do it. Because it's gonna cause problems for one day.
Can you imagine that you see your girl online viral?
Yeah.
7 man whining your girl. One man
He
lifting
didn't mean
your girl.
that at the time. At the same time, he meant
Yeah, I mean, what you see your
but
like
it's
they've
a
got
dance
clips.
and go, innit? It's a dance and go.
Like they do
So
clips of
if
your
it's-
girl whining with 7 different men and then lift up. The one that you've been pronouncing, this is my
yeah,
woman
yeah.
all this time. Blah blah blah. This is my woman. And then 2 you see on the showroom of her whining every man. The
in
showroom,
her hot
you know.
pants.
okay, Lala.
Nah, fam.
You say it's part of the culture, and let's say your man went to these kind of things, and he did get caught on camera, and for some reason somebody's going around and recording the same person and showing them how many different people they're dancing with, and they do it with a bunch of men, bunch of women, and your man happens to be one of them. It goes viral. It's hundreds of thousands of hits
he's biting his
of
lip.
your man. Like properly going in with about 8 different women, and it goes bing, number 1 girl, bing, number 2. And like this man doesn't even have a type.
why do
One
you
of them was
always
big,
go
one of
to
them was tall,
extremes?
one of them was short. Bing. Yeah, because my point is that for me, I always take everything to the extreme, and if I can accept it at the extreme,
Yeah.
then I know I can accept it at the small thing, and then I work my way backwards. So I know at the extreme
Okay,
with this,
fair enough.
I couldn't accept it. So there are some way, shape, or form potentially I might be cool with my woman dancing, but because I can't take that, I'll just.
Well, for me,
cancel it
if I
anyways.
know that my man, if he dances and he dances to the extreme like that,
Yes.
he would know that's not acceptable. I'm not.
So you're not cool with it either, then?
I'm not cool with that kind of dancing, but I've seen people who dance with each other, but not to that full extent. Does that make sense?
I don't mind if like you're in a train and you know they're doing like the follow,
train?
Yeah.
follow the
Don't
thing.
mind the train.
You know when everybody's know they got like people they hold their
Follow
finger.
the leader,
Yeah,
leader,
yeah,
leader,
yeah,
follow
yeah.
the
Yeah,
leader.
that's as much as you
But-
can go.
But There's some people out there that don't even want to
Holding
don't
shoulders.
want you even to do that with an ex man.
Oh, that's
They
all
don't
right,
want
that's
you dancing with any man. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, I would prefer it if
So-
you didn't. But if you're
Yeah.
gonna do something like that, or you're gonna do it at arm's length, where you like dance like the white people. Like,
I mean, you have to know your
Jump on it.
limits, know what your partner would like,
Yeah.
would accept and wouldn't accept. So for me, if I knew that my partner wasn't on it, I'm not going to do that because it's going to cause problems. You know, after
imagine, though?
Carnival is like 1 day. Is it really worth my life's headache?
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. You
But can you imagine
know?
you do see your woman online hard whining bare man, and she's the one that hard whines the policeman as well.
Oh, you can't do the policeman.
Yeah, the policeman.
Apparently, the police ain't. This year they weren't allowed to do that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
can't do the
Actually, to be
policeman.
fair, I didn't see anyone dancing
That's what I'm
with them.
saying. It's mad.
You imagine? I saw one guy was trying to get arrested by one of the police because she was buff or something. But
Okay, so before we get into this, maybe no Afsalad at Carnival. Is anyone got any Carnival stories? I went there. I was a bit late, so I didn't actually go into the in thing. I was there on the side bits in what's the area I was in?
Harsden,
I was in Housen, just
I
catching
will
the
say
greats.
that there's a petition going around at the moment because
Mad.
do you know where the judging point is?
No.
I think it's near Latimer Grove Station.
Yeah.
So there's a road there. I think it's called Cheapstow Road that's normally blocked off. And only the masqueraders are allowed to go through. But this year, for some bizarre reason, the barriers were off. So that caused a lot of problems with the trucks going through. So there was a delay. So my band in particular didn't get to that point till about 8:30 at night. And we're told that the music is supposed to switch off at 7:30. So the judges actually went home. So I don't even know if they saw my band to actually judge them. So that kind of,
That's a shame.
yeah. So, you know, there's a petition. So if you want to sign it, please sign it because we don't want,
Africans
people
allowed to
coming
sign
in. Anyone can sign.
so Africans can sign the
Africans
petitions.
too.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, you're allowed. We'll allow you this time.
Oh! Anyway, when we did judge on your Carnival, you lot would see about it anyway.
Anyone else got Carnival?
Yeah, I was there. I was at work and I left work to get there and I got there about 5:30ish. So it was a late one. I got there on Monday, met up with my cousin and then afterwards met up with some brethren, just the barbershop boys actually. You get me? And went home about 10:30. It was wicked, man. I had a great time. That's the first time that I've been there in about 15 years.
Since that
A
girl
lot of
told
people
you.
had fun this year for
About
some
50
reason.
But I didn't get to drink because
some
of
reason.
work.
No,
You know what I mean?
no, you hear a mixed bag of stories, but I haven't really heard any negative ones, which is
Which
good.
is good. Yeah, I mean, apparently it's the lowest amount of arrests in years in comparison to a lot of the other festivals. or what have you.
Boris is Britain.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely be going next year, but I'm going to plan it better next year. So
I might
can-
go Carnival
So I
next
can drink
Come
some
and do
rum.
us. Come do costumes.
No, I might.
What, you want to put him in a costume?
I'll tell you. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm
We
coming.
need more men to
I'm coming
do
as
mass.
Labaja, bro. I'm coming as Labaja.
What is mass?
Masquerade.
Masquerade, yeah. The costumes.
It's so
Come
good,
on, man.
man.
Pair of shorts.
I'm coming in traditional
A feather
Yoruba
hat.
costume.
Good to go.
They'll shun you, bro.
I'm alright, man. It's alright.
I'm coming. That's how I'm coming. Just to rep traditional Yoruba one with the face mask and everything.
I
And
got,
stick.
I got confession.
Go on.
I didn't go Carnival this year, but I saw Lala in her Carnival costume
Where?
on it's either Twitter or Facebook.
Okay.
One
Man
of the two.
stalks with me, you know.
And there was heavy breathing.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there
For
was.
real?
And there was some dribbling as well.
Oh my God.
Can we have a look,
yeah.
bro?
Show us a picture.
Can we have a look?
I'll show you later after
No,
the
show
show.
us.
You shouldn't. You don't need to go red like
I want
that.
to. I want
You've
to. I
already
want to.
seen it.
I want to heavy.
You don't need to go red like
Don't
that.
pick yourself up. I ain't seen that, man. I ain't seen it.
Lies.
Yeah, but let me heavy breathe on the podcast.
I think I saw yours.
No,
I must have liked yours. I saw a lot of people's Carnival
on Instagram.
There was one girl whose Carnival costume. I think everybody must have seen this one girl. I forget her name, but she had one costume and it was like she had like wings and everything. The costume was so beautiful. That's a nice costume.
Can you pass it around?
It's a panda.
Stop it.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Man has to play it as well, you know.
I'm trying to see if I can find that girl's costume.
Can I do a little
Can I forward
Ting.
it to myself?
No, you cannot.
Did the man say, can you forward it to himself? Oh my gosh.
I want. In fact, I can't even ask them types of questions because it's
how
disgusting.
nice?
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do that.
colourful.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Don't hand it to me again. I'm joking.
You ain't gonna get that phone back.
Let me just be controversial in it and say that many a man at Carnival felt like R. Kelly.
Oh.
They did. They did.
Fortunate, well,
They did. Mhm, they did.
Was Summer Bunnies driving them crazy?
Summer bunnies were driving them crazy. There was a lot of youth there, which is okay. And as we said, there was no trouble down there. But there was a lot of young girls out there with nothing on, and the trend is no bra and pierced nipples.
that is the trend.
That is the trend, bro.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
I don't know. Bye.
Remember, anyway.
Have you studied these?
We don't want to cut anything else out, you get me? But yeah,
Remember,
Say what you're saying, because I'm agreeing with you. I think I'm going to end up agreeing with you, so keep going.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that a lot of guys were looking at girls and then realizing, hang on a minute,
That's my daughter.
she's old enough to be my daughter,
or young enough to be my
or
daughter.
young enough to be my daughter.
But
you must have seen that.
But that's your people,
I
isn't it?
saw loads. Like when it comes to costume, obviously you're going to expect to see, next to nothing, I guess. But when people are leaving their houses in what's supposedly regular clothing, it's like, what the hell is going on?
They're changing on the street,
They're
man.
changing.
I saw
One time.
two girls doing
they're
that
not.
blatantly.
They're not changing because I saw people leaving their houses to get on the tube to get
Really?
to Carnival
Actually,
dressed
you've got a
in.
point.
You people can't judge, man.
Yeah.
If the people on the floats or the mass can wear next to nothing, then why can't the people in the crowd?
I don't know, man.
no.
I just know I saw two girls on the street on their way to Carnival, and I was mowing my lawn, and I almost did the most uncle thing and go and throw like a cloth on top of them, because I was like, what kind of rubbish is this? They was almost naked, almost screaming, go home. I literally almost had to stop myself from screaming, go home and go and put on clothes, because they had no clothes on. What kind of rubbish is this?
It's yeah, you're right. It's hard to judge because like I said, obviously I did costume and I was wearing
Yeah, but I think that there's a difference
minimum
between
stuff. But at the same time, when I left my house,
You're a big woman, though. You're a big woman. These are children. They look like they were about 14.
Okay.
Oh, so the age makes a difference for you.
Yes, 13, 14-year-old girls should not be wearing nothing. Put on clothes.
I mean, the ones that I saw, I didn't see any that young. I'd say from maybe 16,
They're
17,
probably
18,
about
19.
7,
Yeah.
but
But for me, I don't think you can correlate the two. There's a difference between the culture that is the carnival costumes that you're wearing compared to someone who's leaving their house or who may have some tights or a skirt on that they can put in their little bag or at their friend's house, and they're leaving with their bum hanging out, with like a mini skirt showing their bum cheeks. And
What's the difference?
one is an
all going to the
actual...
They're all going to the same place.
Bruv, I've told you what the difference is. One is an actual cultural costume
Yeah.
that they're going to perform with their flow in the surroundings of like-minded people.
Yeah.
Wearing the same kind of things that is roped off as well.
There is a difference because
course there's a
if I wanted to, I could have left my house to get on the tube dressed in my carnival clothes. I did that, but I had a dress on over it. So I'm not walking out directly in public
That was probably
or
wise.
on the way there.
That's probably wise.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
'Cause
I know
you're
that once I
walking
get with my
trophy.
band and I'm dressed like everybody else, I'm doing it for that specific
the culture.
reason. But the minute I leave Notting Hill, the dress comes back on and I'm going home.
So you're ashamed of it?
No,
No, I'm not
can't-
ashamed of it.
She can't go out like that because otherwise she's a walking trophy.
Some
You
It's
people
are
not
got
even that.
morals,
It's just
innit?
that the way that, like, I'm not ashamed of my body, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want any.
You have morals.
I don't want
Morals, you know?
unwanted. I don't want unwanted, unnecessary
Attention.
attention.
Okay.
Okay, as it is, I've already got a face full of makeup with sequins all over my face. They know where I'm going anyway. I don't need the added, bonus of my body exposed when I'm just on my way to Carnival. I'm not enjoying the festivities just yet.
But all right, you're a grown woman, and
Yeah.
it's like maybe you had that. I don't know. Maybe you had that stage where you look for attention, but it's like I'm grown now. I don't need that attention. I'm going there to enjoy myself, to have mass, and just whatever. But 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, girls, boys, all of us. That's what you did at them ages, isn't it? You weren't seeking attention. We weren't seeking attention as teenagers.
Yeah,
it depends in
it
what
doesn't mean it's
manner
good,
you're
though.
talking about, though.
Well, it depends. Whether you're wearing a Rolex watch, or you're wearing fancy trainers, or you're wearing next to nothing as a woman, or whatever it is, it's like you want attention. You want people from the opposite sex to want you, to talk to you in a certain way, and you want the people of the same sex to look up to you and say, "Wow, I like what you did." That's what it just
I
fades
can
a
only
little
speak
as you
for
get older.
myself.
never
At that age, I
seeked
wasn't
attention.
trying to.
I wasn't
I wasn't
seeking
dressing
attention.
like these girls out here. Only because I was
Tell 'em.
so conscious.
Tell 'em,
I was
fam.
a bit more body conscious, so I would dress a little bit more modestly.
And
I think in this day and age, there's a lot of young females that aren't body conscious anymore. They will go out and wear whatever they want to wear.
Because everything's
But
accepted.
the whole thing for this weekend, the Carnival weekend, it's the only time that they can spread out, dress out, wear whatever they want. Their inhibitions are free to do whatever they want. In that respect, yeah, because they can. Any other day they can do it.
The week before, I was at One Africa Fest, the show in Wembley, and it had the African artists and some UK artists and whatever, and it was the same thing. I was with my missus, and I said the same thing. I cannot believe the way some of these people are dressed. This girl's just wearing a corset. You're going to concert as well. It's not like. And she said, I said, I was saying, how did these people get out of the house dressed like that? How did their parents let them do it? And before I even got to finish, and I knew the answer already, she said, do you think they're leaving the house like that? They left the house a certain way, and they come back and like, she's looking at it like, there's no way this girl left the house like that. No way her parents let them dress like that.
Maybe her parents don't mind.
They don't mind, or they weren't at home.
That could also be the truth.
There's a lot of parents that do not mind. They're like, oh, it's the fashion. Let them do what they're doing.
That's the thing, because fashion is only going to change when my little one is of age. Who knows what the fashion is going to be?
It's going to be lint.
Because it's going to be less and less.
Lint. That's what they're going to wear.
We wear thongs. Thong.
I don't know, but they did look a bit saucy. But it's what they're doing it. Anyway, I don't go there.
But it's old man.
So it's what it is. I mean, like, if I'm not judging no one. I don't have no kids, and
that's it, innit? If you want to let your kids go like
I wouldn't do it. But
I the thing about it is like some people was talking about it regarding school. They're online actually. I was a lot of people saying that it's mad that they're seeing schoolgirls wearing full blown makeup and eyelash and all of this stuff at year 7, year 8, and they were like, "What kind of madness is this?" But then,
going to school dressed like that.
Yeah, like they're at that school age and they're going to school just like that. And I think maybe it was sparked off by Carnival. Maybe because they started seeing all these young girls online or something. Something sparked off.
I don't think
it's weird.
Carnival.
It's weird you say that.
It got sparked off for something because it just was going around because they must have seen it either way.
It's been going on for a while though.
No, but I'm talking about the people talking about it. Because I've never seen people talk about how their school kids look. So something must have sparked it off about how these young girls are dressing very, very what they believe age inappropriate.
Can I drop something? I took my daughter out with 3 girls that are her good friends, and those 3 girls are sisters, yeah? And we just went to the cinema. No, I'm picking. And the oldest of the 3 girls is 14. I was just driving in the car, and she was in the passenger seat. I looked over, and she had just put the largest amount of lip gloss on her lips. So, was I bad for telling her, remove that?
Lip gloss?
Bruv, you
gloss
know
of
when
lips?
Huh?
Gloss of lips?
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah, but I've coloured
No. But you know when they put lip gloss on and they just overdo it so it's over shiny. You get me? To the extreme. And I said, why'd you put all that lip gloss on for? He said, I don't know, Uncle Wolf. And I said, no. You gotta take
remove it.
You have to take it. Just go and bring the. I said, not on my watch.
So can I ask you a question? I know you have the autonomy to do what you think is right to be done, but why didn't you? It's a question. Why didn't you take that moment and opportunity to show what a modest amount of lip gloss would have been, as opposed to telling her to take it off completely?
Yeah, we had a conversation, all of us in the car. So it wasn't just take it off and and just do as you're told. We got into a conversation about what seemed to be the right thing to do in my eyes anyway. You know what I mean? And I don't think that her dad would have appreciated it, her having that on, and maybe not her mum either. I don't know. Maybe she felt comfortable with me because they do feel comfortable around Uncle Wolf, but I thought nah.
So the question was, how come you didn't use it as a moment to explain what modest is as opposed to...
I did.
You did?
He
okay.
said that he had a conversation
Cool.
with her.
All right,
We all 4 of us had a good conversation.
It's interesting that she said that she didn't know why she was wearing it.
Yeah.
She knows why she's wearing it.
She knew. She didn't want to tell you.
She's like, oh,
she wanted to be noticed.
At 14, those are the type of ages where girls want to, boys to see them. And she was going to cinema. She went to look nice.
What age?
How about Lala?
Do women not want men to see them?
No, because Lala's there. She was at that time before, 14, 15-year-old.
Long
time ago.
Let me see.
But
remember.
Off the book.
But Lala will have the best idea as to what these young girls are talking about, innit? So, or what they're thinking about and why they do.
Yeah. What age did you feel like you wanted to wear makeup, start attracting other people?
I was a bit of a tomboy, so I was like a late bloomer, honestly, to be fair.
What is late? Tell me something like 16 or something now.
When I started noticing boys, I'm noticing that boys are noticing me, and not until about 18, 19. I was really just not
correct woman.
on it at all. I was like baggy jeans, Timberlands.
You look like T-Boss.
Yeah, very much so. That was literally one of my favourite people at the time, was her kind of look. And I was just.
Has anyone seen Chili lately though?
Bro, she looks amazing. Yeah, but I agree, she looks amazing. So yeah, so for me, I was a late bloomer. I wasn't one of the, the early kind of.
But okay,
the Lord is good.
What about your friends around you?
The bloom as well.
My friends were similar, to be fair. You know how like hangs around with like? My friends, we were all the same. We all thought we were like T-Boz or what's
Left
the other?
Eye.
Yeah.
Did everyone bloom the same though?
What do you mean?
I'm going to play this to your woman, bro. I'm going to play this to your woman.
Wait a sec. What is this?
That is the correct question. What is
Did everyone bloom the same?
Yes.
Are you still hanging around those friends?
I was speaking for anybody else in their bloomage.
You'll be up for disciplinary.
You see that? You see what happened there?
And
There's a
their
sidestep
bloomage.
there. Yeah, it's like I can't be responsible for anybody else. I know what my glow is like. You get me? I know my glow up. You get
Saying
me?
them bridges are fat now, innit?
Oh no!
No, my brethren
They don't
are
look like me. That's what I'm saying.
Lie, man. You
My
say.
bedrooms are beautiful.
You know what?
You can't.
In my eyes, they're beautiful.
You can't get me that. You can't get me with that one in 2019.
What do
You
you
can't
mean?
get with that lie that you girls like to say. Luckily, I'm married, so I don't have to hear that lie anymore.
What lie?
You should go out with my friend.
My friend is nice. She's not nice.
No,
that's why no one else wants to go out with your friend, because she is not nice.
God,
So stop
yeah.
telling us that she's nice. Well, you know yourself, especially when you say to her, or you say to her, go, what's your friend saying? Is she nice?
Because he's the nice one. That's all.
You know that one, innit? Yeah, she's nice, man. She's nice. I think she's nice. That one, I think she's nice.
You know, but hold on. If they're doing that, that's the code. As I'm not gonna cuss my friend.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna big her up. But you know the coup. So that is acceptable. That one for me is finally acceptable.
Why are you so angry about all of this?
Because it's lies.
It's pent up rage.
Unnecessary lies.
I think my friends are gorgeous, and they are gorgeous.
You think it. So does the world think that though?
Yes, they do.
That's the question I'm asking, isn't it?
Whatever, man.
Years of being
I'm not
unnoticed comes
forcing
out.
no one to like.
No, but you know it's true,
I
innit?
know what looks
Every
nice.
man
My
here.
friends look good.
Every man here has gone through that. We've asked one girl that you know about their brethren,
Hook me up
or
with your
something something that they've been talking about, and they've been like blah blah blah, and you've asked them, "What's your brethren saying?" They say that she's nice.
She's alright. She's
And then when you see her, she looks like she goes bump in the night. No girl has said that you've never seen it before.
But then what about her personality?
Bro, if you look like Thriller, I don't want to know about your personality, bro.
Oh, she's got a beautiful personality.
Maybe they
When I see her, it goes in my head. No. Same way that I don't expect people to go around telling people that I'm skinny when they see me. Oh, he's slim, you know. When you meet, nah, I'm not slim. Stop telling lies. Tell them I'm fat. I let them see that, if that's what they want. Don't tell them the lies.
Yeah,
Maybe they think, they were matched.
he's big bone.
She's trying to show shade on my fatalism.
He's big bone.
I like how you did there.
Don't worry about her. When she stops doing all this weight training, she'll get fat too.
I was fat, actually.
I knew you was.
I was huge
When she was young.
when I was a teenager.
You said it before.
When you say huge,
That's why when she was cussing me about being fat, I knew she was going to that throwback.
when you say
I want to see pictures of you big.
when you say huge,
I can't even
I'll show
imagine
you
it.
later.
I bet she was cute though. I bet she was one of them big cheeks.
no, when
My
you say
face was the same.
when you
but
say
just
huge,
slightly bigger.
what region of?
Jill,
My
was your Jill
heaviest, I was
Scott
like
big?
18 stone.
Bigger
Wow.
than Jill Scott.
It's big.
18 stone is big, man. I'm about
27.
15.
No, I'm about 17, maybe. I don't know. I'm 120. I'm 118 kilos. So I don't know what that is. 118, 117 kilos. So I don't know what that is, but that's
But I was
16, 17.
I'm
17.
like 12,
Scales are
12,
lying to you.
7, 12, 8 now. So yeah, my
7, 12.
No,
what does that mean?
12 stone.
yeah. So
I
I'm
only count.
18 and a half potentially. Stone.
Heavyweight.
Wow. Well, you are tall for a woman though. So that's one thing, I guess.
See, she's cute.
Let's have a look.
That's not your.
That's not even my heaviest. I was bigger than that.
You look
picture.
fully Jamaican here, though. there you look Jamaican. Like you just come from Jamaica.
I'm not looking to lose some weight now. I've just come from the. Please,
he's not looking to lose weight, man.
Please.
His hair's thinning. That's what he's talking about. The hair's thinning.
Slow down.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Because you're tall.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Everyone,
it doesn't. It's not spread out.
This guy's.
If you were short and fat, it will look completely different. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you're that fat.
Swipe to another picture already.
Can you give me some tips on? Because I'm not going to do any exercise for now. I'm going to slow down on the food.
Wait, you can't.
Give me some tips. I'm not going to exercise.
Calorie count, innit? Count your calories.
You'd be like my nightmare client. I always have.
You're a personal trainer. Yeah, man. Do me. Come on, help me out.
They'll come to me asking me for help.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them this is what you need to do,
This
and
diet plan,
then they tell me what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna eat that because I don't like that, innit? So I'm gonna eat this instead.
Right.
Innit?
Exactly. You're wasting your time.
I'll give you one tip to tell him, and he'll say no. Tell him to eat vegetables.
Yeah, which you won't do. The thing about you, though, Stav, is that you like sweet things, innit? If you can cut out a lot of your sweet things, you might be alright just by cutting out the sweet things. Like you eat cereal a lot, innit? Cereal's bad, bro.
Cereal's bad.
Whoa, cereal's got bare.
Yeah, that's what.
And you eat a whole block.
Bran flakes, and I mix it with Rice Krispies and cornflakes.
What the fuck? You add sugar on top as well?
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, no, you're finished.
You're not serious.
You got a buffet breakfast.
Man, then put sugar on top of sugar, and sugar again, and then put bran flakes so you can shit it out properly.
A buffet cereal.
I used to do that though.
I once saw you put sugar on Frosties. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
That's what Stav would do though.
Put sugar on Frosties. That's crash.
Oh, that person was stabbed.
No, it wasn't Stav. It wasn't Stav.
Yeah, because he did see me do it.
But that's if you cut out a lot of your sweet stuff, I think you will start losing immediately.
You drop weight.
Everything is in the diet, bro. You obviously got to exercise.
You drop weight rapidly if you drop the sugar.
And do stuff like
I've done it before.
Do stuff like, and I know it might be difficult for you, but instead of you going to where you start work, if you can walk there, don't take your car. Walk there.
But let's hear the personal trainer. Let's hear what. Lala got.
He's actually right. You should cut out sugar, salt, and if you're a heavy drinker, definitely just cut out alcohol altogether. There's no nutritional value in alcohol. It's just pure sugar.
He don't drink,
but he drinks juice.
Right. Juice as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and slow down on the juice. Yeah,
and fizzy drinks.
I don't drink them. You just keep talking. Where do you see me? Because you only see me at parties. You ever see me here with?
You drink Coke?
Yes, but not all the time.
He doesn't drink fizzy drinks.
When you said juice, I said yes. I held my hands up. I drink a lot of juice, but fizzy drink, I don't drink that.
What does all the time mean? Because that word means a lot of things to a lot of different people.
I drink juice. Like juice is in my house, so we drink juice.
Okay.
Often, like that would be something I drink at least every other day.
Right.
Fizzy drink. It could be once a week. It could be no times a week. It could be 3 times a week. It just happens. It happens when it happens. It's not like
maybe when you have a takeaway.
I don't buy. There's no fizzy drink in my house. So if I go out and I buy food, then I might get a fizzy drink with it. But it's not in my house.
I can give you a plan.
This is Mr. Custard and Cake.
Did you say cut out alcohol?
Yeah.
Standard.
How will I cope?
Yeah, but it depends on what alcohol you're drinking.
Honestly, if you consistently. If you don't have it consistently for at least 2 weeks, you'll see a major difference. A major difference. Particularly, if somebody has it quite a bit.
If you drink beer,
because yeast in it, it's just
I don't drink beer.
But wine is sugar as well.
Yeah,
spirits,
all of that. Get rid of it.
Wine and potatoes.
No, wine is made of grapes, so there's sugar there straight away.
That's why the juice. I'm saying the juice is bad. When I stopped drinking juice, I cut off so much weight.
I think vodka is the one that's supposed to be not as bad because it's made from.
Depends what vodka is.
No, but vodka these days isn't done like it used to be. So now they just use like a combination of actual pure spirit and they dilute it down with distilled water. That's basically what they do now.
Okay, all right. Let's get off the topic of my weight because I ain't gonna do none of this.
But why? You should do it, man.
Oh,
it's good for your health.
He's just talking.
No, I'm actually starting to be concerned for him because it seems like he's breaking down in numerous ways now.
What?
The other day you said you had chest pain.
I didn't. I'm sure it was the wife that said.
Well, she messaged me to tell me that you had chest pain. So as well, like I said, I was worried.
I don't know what she's bothering people about.
When I hear you die, damn it. When I hear you breathe, sometimes I see that you're breathing really heavily.
He's like, I don't want to lose.
Yeah, but exactly. You know that you can reverse that, though, innit?
Man's gonna come with the doctor.
I don't want to.
You're stressed out. It's not that bad. You just need to clean up your
pain in my
diet.
chest.
Give me some sugar.
Pass the butter.
I think, do you know what?
But bro, you need the butter to help the food go down smooth, innit? It lines the arteries.
In all honesty, when people want to change their diet, the biggest fear I find is that people think that they're not going to eat ever at all, which is bollocks. There's so much food out there.
Okay, I can show you pictures of me on my wedding day.
Yeah.
And I lost a decent amount of weight.
Yeah.
I got into, I would say, a decent shape.
That's because you dropped
Yeah.
your wallet.
No, and it was me doing.
Decent weight though, fam.
I don't know, you're in decent shape. You were slimmer than you are now.
I will show you the pictures.
All of us at the same time.
Let me be the judge. You
A
ignore
man
them.
said he got into
Bad
a
mind.
decent shape.
No, but what I don't want to do. Because we need to be
No,
careful.
bad
Hold on.
mind.
Slow down now.
All right.
How about the picture? that you
Why
said
leave
you-
the picture alone?
No,
Leave the picture alone. The thing that I don't like about Stav,
Why not?
yeah? The thing I don't like about Stav trying to say this and what he's going to do is going to annoy me. You're going to show your wedding picture, aren't you?
I'm going to show a picture of I'm going to try and see somewhere
How
on the
long ago
honeymoon.
did you get
Yeah,
married?
don't show your wedding because in your suit,
4 years
you look
ago.
slimmer than you
Well,
are.
I'm going to show
4 years ago, didn't know you was a fatty.
hopefully I got something on my honeymoon.
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
Where I'm wearing next to nothing or something. Let's see, because I don't
I don't
do
know
that
if she's
stuff.
ready for
He
that.
said, no, but Lala, he said he was in a decent shape.
Yes, because it wasn't. It wasn't
Why
like,
are you not like, you know, wicked?
no, he was retired still, so he wasn't flat.
Octagon was the shape.
proper fat shaming today, boy.
It's not. It's not
Real
fat
fat
shaming.
shaming.
It's stab.
It's help.
It's help. Did you say?
Yes, it's help.
It's not
Well,
fat shaming.
we love you, man. We're trying to help you out here.
Your help.
Mate, you
I
need to
don't
get a
lo- I don't
cycling
love you.
machine, bruv.
No, but on a genuine level, like the concern isn't about, because sometimes we say, people tend to like to voice their opinion about people who are perceived to be overweight or fat or what have you, and they sometimes are being nasty and using the underhand reason that they care about the other person's health, and they don't. In this situation, we actually care about Stav's health.
I just think he started to
I'm
look
not,
vagrant.
I'm not complaining about my health. I don't know why I brought it up.
You look homeless today.
It's your brother. Be nice.
He
No,
said,
but he doesn't look like this normally.
He looks alright.
What's that? Why are you actually laughing? Why does everybody laugh immediately when they see that picture?
what?
Is the picture in it? Is the picture? Why do you have it on lock? But why do you just have the picture available? Why
I always
do you
have to have it available.
Well, hold on.
Oh, no.
So, calm down. One of you is.
Oh, shit.
One of you,
Where did you get this from, bro?
She actually crying.
We need to start making that. We need to start putting pictures as our what's it called? you know?
One of you is gonna.
On the YouTube videos, isn't it?
It just sounds so
Not even on
wrong,
YouTube,
man.
just on the SoundCloud.
I'll just.
Oh, it sounds better now.
Thank you.
I can't believe
This really
it.
needs to be
Lala
said
is
that.
actually in tears.
All right.
Because why did he try it? You're lucky that I wasn't there anyway. Because I would.
One of you. Listen, this story has been said on the podcast before, but seeing as
He was going to aim for this still.
Lala is here.
Why not? He can do it.
Nah, he
Of course
couldn't
I
do
could
it. He couldn't do it.
Don't say that. You're supposed to
No,
encourage
because
him.
No, I don't like. He says that we should say the truth. That's not the truth. He's not getting to that level. There's no way that he's skipping all the stuff that he wants to skip to get to
Listen,
there.
let me
I
tell
don't
you.
think I have
At
to.
one point, people were saying that about me
Tell these
when I was
blacks.
that I would never have got down to the size that I got down to. They definitely wouldn't have thought that I would have hit the stage.
Yeah, but you were disciplined and
bodybuilder.
dedicated, right?
So what?
Yeah, but they're saying that as if to say they know what this man's mindset is, because at the end of the day, anyone can lose weight. It's not about losing weight. It's more about where your
He's
head
my
is
brother.
at
You do
and
know he's
how
my
much-
brother. You know that, innit?
I know this, but
All right.
I'm saying this to you as somebody who was looked upon as someone who just did not have the ability.
But you use that
to
as fuel,
literally- Yeah. How do you know that he might decide this tomorrow?
Yeah, but we're
in the
giving
next
him-
6 months or so.
We're giving him the fuel.
He could look like that if he wanted to.
If we're giving him the fuel, that's what we're doing. We're giving him the
Even if
fuel.
you want to say he wants to get slim,
yeah.
yeah, he won't look like that though.
No, but if
don't know that,
if
though.
he said that I am
He ain't got the
going
back for
to
it.
do this, no, but you
ain't
don't
got
need
the back
you don't
for
need
it.
to have you don't need to do squats for that. And
It's got nothing. You think your squats is the only thing that your back needs to worry about?
no. I know he's got a bad back, but he can still do certain exercises that can get him into that shape.
He's got a bad back and asthma. He just needs to be happy to be slim.
What did I say to you at the start of the show off air? Didn't I not say to you that I've got sciatica?
Yeah.
Right. I'm somebody, right. So there you go. And I still train. I still lift weights. There's ways and means that you can get around things and do things in order to work certain muscles in your body.
We're all forgetting the number one factor. Stav is lazy.
Yes. Oh. And he likes his woman's food.
That was me as well. Everything you're saying, that was me.
But you're not Stav.
I'm still a lazy person. I just make myself do it because I know what I want.
Do you hate the gym?
Of the day. I don't hate it.
I hate it, man.
But if I don't want to go there, I know there are other things that I can do. I don't have to go to the gym in order to train.
That's true. I'll go there and I'll see me yawning.
All of this whole process is a learning process as well. You learn about your body. You know what you can take. You know what you can't take. You know what you respond well to. You know what you don't respond well to. And if you're sensible and if you get a personal trainer and if you're taking in everything that they're telling you,
it's true.
Your brain will actually kind of start clicking and you'll start actually... This kind of works. I actually enjoy this and and that's where the mindset comes in. So right now you're looking at him because
he just doesn't want to.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, you're right. It has to come. The person has to actually want it, and if you do want it, it's not impossible, but it's up to him.
The fact he's taking so long to find you a picture,
but you can't tell him that he can't do it. Anyone can do it.
No one said he can't. He won't, and he's not gonna get to look like that.
But
I'm not saying he can't look slimmer. And I'm not even saying he can't look slim.
You said I can't
but to look like that though, because he's not just slim. He's cut.
Yeah, but
I can't see you getting cut. I can see you getting slim.
You can, man.
I don't see you getting cut.
It's not impossible. If he wants to do it, he can.
He'll show you that I haven't got time.
He doesn't want to.
I haven't got time.
So he won't.
But on a serious note though, similar to what Simple Simon was saying, there is a concern through friends, innit? We may have a laugh and joke about it, but we're in a situation where we're having a discussion. So this is the perfect time for us to be talking about each other and our concerns, so to speak.
What else are you concerned about?
No, but I have a concern for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody when it comes to their health and their well-being.
Do you have a concern for me?
Yeah, I do have a concern.
What's my concern? What's your concern?
I think that, when it comes to the gym, for example, I think there are different things that you can do. I think that...
have you ever been to the gym with me?
No. But
so what do you know?
No, but slow down now. But I know that you go to the gym a lot.
Yeah.
And the fact that you go to the gym a lot, I think that you should be looking in a different shape if you're going to the gym that often. Okay. And you play football.
Yeah.
You get me? And the main concern is maybe your diet, bro.
Nah, my diet is much better than you probably expected.
You think so?
Yeah. My diet might be better than yours.
He weighs his food.
Do you?
Yes. Every day. Okay. I've got an app that shows you all my weights of my food.
What do you eat?
Depends. Anything. I can eat everything.
Do you eat food like any time now? Because
I think that's my biggest problem. I eat food at any time.
Right. And
But you're saying, you didn't say when I eat food, you said what I eat.
Yeah.
So you've had this big assumption. The same way you have with Stav is that I eat rubbish all the time. And I'm telling you that you probably eat as much rubbish as I do.
I don't think so,
I'm telling you do.
I snack. That's what I do. I snack on certain things.
That's rubbish.
He doesn't snack.
Okay.
And when I do snack. I'm not going to pretend like I don't.
But in terms of the type of food that I eat, I don't eat shit. I don't eat crack food, which I consider to be McDonald's, KFC, Dallas chicken, all of that stuff.
So you eat Nando's instead?
Chips. To me, I don't eat chips.
Ever. So I've never seen you eat chips.
Very rarely. Maybe I would count the amount of times in 1 year that I eat chips.
Do you eat?
I ate sweet potato.
Do you eat? Do you eat traditional foods?
No, but sweet potato is very good for you, bruv. And I even have the white sweet potato.
Do you eat traditional food?
Racist.
What, Nigerian food?
Yeah.
If I do, it's in a certain way.
Do you eat it?
Yeah, but if I do, it's in a certain way.
Do you eat it?
The thing is, there's nothing wrong with eating any of the foods you just mentioned.
No, but
it's just the way.
It's the amount that you eat.
It's the amount and the way.
And don't make it a daily occurrence as well.
Right. So I would have a pounded yam, but I will have pounded yam maybe once a month.
The pounded yam's not the problem. It's the
oil.
It's the stew that could start a nuclear war that I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, seriously. So it's the way that I eat things. It's when I eat things.
Yeah.
I try to minimize the amount of carbohydrates that I have. I'm actually thinking about going vegan.
For somebody that talks so much about your food things, I could also say you should be in a different shape.
And the thing is, I hear that because I may look the way that I look. I don't look as large or as big as Big Wahala, but I may be more susceptible to having a heart attack than he is. I know that, and I know that there's certain areas of my diet that I need to improve. You know, so I'm not standing here thinking that I'm the almighty of food and everything. I know that.
But you talk a lot, and that's what I'm thinking. I always see you snacking. Who's the one that came in today with popcorn?
Yeah,
M&M's is something you do often.
Chocolate M&M's is my weak spot, bro.
Every week he comes in with snacks.
Yeah, but for me, I eat during the week. The way how I eat my food, I know that when it comes to the snacks, that is an area of concern for me. But in terms of my daily meals, my morning meal, my lunch meal, my lunch meal, my dinner, and you know, I very rarely eat after 9 o'clock now.
Well, I weigh all my food.
That's good.
I'm on a seafood diet.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Yeah, but you've always on a seafood.
I see that food that I eat, that motherfucker. Yeah,
but you don't eat meat though.
I don't know.
And that already puts you in an advantage. So what I was doing when I stopped, what I started to do, because I started to do this thing where I'd eat meat one day.
He's trying to achieve though. Like,
yeah,
but I'm saying he's not. Misconception that if people stop eating meat, if they go on a vegan diet, you can't possibly get fat.
No, I'm not giving you that conception.
Sorry.
I'm saying by not eating.
Not you. I'm just saying in general.
By not eating meat, he has put himself as an advantage because meat is something that can allow you to put on a lot of weight.
No, it's not.
Yes, it can.
It's not.
Okay,
that's nonsense.
Oh, yeah, talk.
So you're telling me that
it's calories in versus calories out. If you eat more than what you're expending, then of course,
yeah. But okay,
you're gonna gain weight. But you can do that on any diet, whether you're vegan, pescatarian, whether you're on a carnivorous diet. If you're eating more than what you're burning, you're gonna get fat.
Okay, so if he eats a kilo of prawns versus a kilo of beef, is it gonna be the same?
That all depends.
Calorie wise.
Yeah, it all depends on whether or not he's burning off what he's eating.
No. It's the calories that it goes on.
It's basic maths. Calories in versus calories out.
And I'm telling you, calories
of kilo.
I'm talking to a bodybuilder here.
I'm telling you how it works.
Yeah, but she's not answering my question.
I am answering your question. If you eat a kilo of what did you say, prawns?
Yeah.
And if you eat a kilo of what was the other thing?
Of beef.
Obviously, one content has a higher fat content than the other. However, if he decides he's going to start burning off the amount of calories necessary to put him into a deficit, whether it's the meat or the prawns, he's going to lose weight.
But that's not that question I asked you. I asked you.
He's going. No, but you said
one particular question.
Meat. The statement you made is that meat makes you put on weight more than him, and that's not. Regardless
of what he's going to eat, he's going to behave the same way that he behaves now. Yeah,
that's fine.
So I'm saying by him not eating meat, for me, it puts him at an advantage because it's much likely that his calorie intake is going to be less because he's not. I don't believe he's going to eat any more or any less amount of food if he will start to eat meat. I think he will just swap whatever he's eating from the fish.
What you're saying is just not factually true.
Lala. Let me ask you a question.
I just told you why.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say because we're talking about Simple Simon for all of you who don't know. Simple Simon does not eat meat. All right. Now,
he plays football
because he's a Rasta. All right. So let's say he plays his football every week. He does whatever workout he does, and nothing changes.
Yeah.
But he exchanges all the fish and seafood that he eats currently with meat. That's the only difference that he makes.
Might just
let me finish. So we understand. Like my knowledge on this is limited, but what I get is that the calories in meat, red meat especially, is going to be more so than in the calories in the seafood and the fish.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't change his exercise at all, and he now consumes more calories, exactly like you just said, one needs to go to the other. So now one is not going to the other. One is now more, and the other remains the same. Will the chances of him putting on weight increase?
If he's not doing anything to burn it off.
That was the premise of the question. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
So he will get but you could get fat on the pescatarian diet as well.
Yes, but while I said that he believes Simple Simon has an advantage because of his way of life and the food he eats, it just so happens that some of the foods he eats is just not high in calories, and he's not even allowed to eat it due to his culture. So if he wanted to, and if he did, then he would be at a disadvantage. Maybe he would work all it off. Maybe he'd go to the gym twice as hard or play more football, but he doesn't have to because he doesn't eat that food. So he's at an advantage compared to somebody who decides, or who doesn't have that restriction.
You're saying he's at advantage because...
he said that, but I wouldn't argue with that. The premise of the question, the way it was put, you could say that food is not an advantage or disadvantage. You eat and you just eat it.
So, but the thing that I'm trying to get you lot to realize is that whether you eat meat, veg, fish, or whatever the case may be, a lot of people go on a vegan diet because meat makes them feel a certain way. It's not this thing where if I stop eating meat, all of a sudden I'm going to lose X amount of weight.
Yeah, some people think that.
I know plenty of overweight vegans, I know plenty of overweight vegetarians, is because they don't do any exercise and they just think, if I just cut out a huge portion of this food group, I'm going to lose weight.
Okay,
because your body is still a machine. You're still going to try and eat a certain amount of calories.
A machine.
You're going against what you're saying, though.
I'm not going against what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you how it all works.
What's the recommended calories for a man? Like 2,200.
Yeah, it can be.
Right, so let's say it's 2,200. And let's say me let's say Stavros is a massive meat eater. I'm not, but let's say I'm a massive meat eater. And 400 calories a day, or let's say 1,000 calories a day of my food is meat. Burgers, suya, lamb chops, whatever. That's what I eat regularly. And it makes up 700 to 1,000 of my thingy. Now, I say I'm cutting out meat. So that 700 to 1,000 turns into 200.
What are you going to replace it with? Because you're going to be hungry.
But that's what I just said. It turns into 200 to 300 with something else I've replaced it with. Whatever it may be. I don't know. Let's just say it's fish, for instance.
Salad.
So that fish and salad is 2 to 500 calories instead of the 7 to 1,000 calories. So I will lose weight.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you, will I lose weight? Now I'm taking in less calories.
No, because all you're gonna do is make up the difference in another type of food.
You're trying to win this argument because
I'm not trying to win the argument. I'm just telling you.
Oh my days!
Okay, let me just stop talking.
Sorry, no.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I also feel like you guys are talking in parallel. So what he's saying is, you're talking about...
I replaced the meal. Did I replace the calories?
Yeah. So he's saying that you replaced the meal and there is no supplementation. So if I ate a T-bone steak and fries, I no longer eat the T-bone steak. I have a lobster instead.
Right.
Yeah?
Same fries.
The weight is the same. But just because the calorific content of a lobster is lower than the calorific content of a steak, I'm actually intaking less calories.
Right, okay.
So if I didn't change my physical regime from when I was eating steak and I just started eating the lobster, then I'm already at a deficit of some degree with the calories.
Right, okay.
So that's what they're saying.
But man said that. You know, I think it's a xenophobia thing. Xenophobia business. This.
What do you mean? It's not xenophobia business because you made out that
how you mean
it's virtually impossible for him to put on weight. Because
that's not what I said in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
And all I was trying to do is clarify the fact that it's not impossible for him to be.
You know what he did, Lala?
No.
You took my thing. You mix it up with the other people that chat rubbish to you.
No.
Okay.
I was trying to clarify because you made out in the original question that it's virtually impossible for someone like him who doesn't eat meat to put on weight.
That's
and I'm
not
like,
what I said in any way, shape, or form.
Is that what I said? That's how you formed the question. So I was just like correcting you to make sure that people know that is not the case.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, girl.
It's shadism.
Ja Rule, yeah.
Light Skins United, man. Come on.
It's true. It's either that or the Jamaican side is a power extreme or something. I don't know.
Because what I said, you know what? I'll leave it because I can't even.
You said he will lose more weight than me because he's a vegetarian.
I just said he's at advantage.
He's at an advantage, and it's not an advantage because if he wanted to, he could still OD on all the food that he's eating.
Of course he can. But I'm saying,
so
I know him personally.
Sure that you said it in a way that's actually correct.
All right, Lala. I know what I said.
I know what you said.
I don't need to worry about whether you think it's correct or not.
Wasn't correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you listen back to this podcast, you will hear what was actually said, and you can judge for yourself.
Anyway, let's go to a topic because we've been talking about.
Yeah, I've been wanting to since you people.
Stab's gonna be fat forever and die.
But you still ain't showed us your picture, but it's fine.
I showed.
Oh, he did. What did he say? What did you think?
It was me on the beach in my honeymoon.
Clearly looked a lot different.
Yeah, but was he? What did he say he was?
A decent shape, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good.
The oblong.
You don't think so?
It was a decent shape oblong.
It wasn't good. It was a decent shape. Like, it was like I was topless on the beach, and
he didn't make out like he was.
I'm not there crying.
He didn't make out like he was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He literally said I was a decent shape. I mean, he looked fine to me.
Flabby.
I'm debating whether or not I should properly get trimmed down and cut for my honeymoon, but I just don't know if I can be bothered.
I don't think you can do it.
Yo,
Oh my God, you don't have no faith.
the thing about it is that he knows that I can do it.
Here we go. We can just go
I just want you to do it.
He knows I can do it. So I don't know why you're trying to chat to me like I can't do it.
I wouldn't encourage him like that because this guy will just try and bench press a house or something like that.
Yeah, but that's not getting into these. That's
deadlift.
That's my problem. If I stop doing weights, I'll lose much more weight than I do now. If I don't go gym, I lose weight more than when I go to gym.
This man is shouting today a lot.
Sorry, you told me I was talking low before at the beginning, so now I'm just.
No, how many weeks ago?
No,
that was
just today. Today, you
yeah,
said
but
I
that was
was
something wrong with this thing.
Okay.
That, man.
Anyway, so yeah, when I don't go to gym, I lose weight than when I actually do go to gym. So what I would just stop doing is weights and just do cardio. Ugh. So boring.
Okay.
It depends the type of cardio you do.
That's an hour gone.
No, it's just boring.
And we ain't got onto any topics. So
Run from girl.
What are we talking about? Chappelle, Boris, Janelle Monae, or men prepared to cheat on their girl for a woman that they don't even think is attractive as their own.
I have no idea what the Janelle Monae thing is. I haven't seen
Neither do I.
Dave Chappelle's thing, so I'm not sure if I want to discuss it.
All right.
I'm gonna discuss.
Will
it
there be
regardless.
will there be spoilers?
I don't care. You should have watched it. I'm gonna speak.
Nah,
Let's speak about
bro.
Boris though. Let's go to Boris. We gotta go to Boris. There's no way we can have this podcast and not talk about Boris
Yeah.
because that thing there.
That's who you were complaining about, I think. It was Boris, yeah. I was funny.
Just think
Their
he's
last
a
podcast.
Buffoon.
The buffoon Boris. But I think
Honestly.
the buffoon Boris is playing 3D chess and you people don't even know.
Boy, for real.
He's playing 3D chess right now.
You know what? Okay, so I think that his destination is the election. I think he's trying to get an election put in at the moment.
I disagree with you. He's
You
not. No, because it kind of had to. That was going to happen regardless. It just depended on when. So I don't think that's.
So what do you think his end goal is? Okay, before we get there, just put some flesh on it because people don't know what we're talking about.
Boris Johnson has. All right. So right now, as we're recording this, the UK Parliament is on break. Right? They have their summer break. They're on break. They're coming back next week sometime. Right now. When they come back, they were meant to be dealing with stuff for the foreseeable future until their next break, which would have been around Christmas, I believe. Now, Boris Johnson has called for a break in Parliament for 5 weeks. 5 weeks. So he can do it's a complicated thing, but it happens when it happens. Sporadically it happens. The government calls this break because they want to set an agenda for what they want as the government. Now the government in power right now is the Conservatives, and they are actually overdue this break. So it should have happened a while ago. Because of all the Brexit woo-ha, it hasn't happened. But it usually lasts only 1 or 2 weeks. And then you kind of have specific times when you do it, like when you come into power and stuff like that. You don't necessarily just spring it up in the middle of time. And like I just said, you do not do it for 5 weeks. Now, the reason he's done it is because, like I said, people are going to come back from their recess soon. They're going to be in Parliament for about a week, and then they're going to have to go because of this break for 5 weeks, which they do not have a vote on as well, because there are other avenues of taking a break, and then the government the MPs can say, no, we don't want to take this break, which they would probably do because of Brexit, and say it's a bit too important for us to take a break now. But with this one, they can't choose. They go for 5 weeks. They come back for 2 weeks before the October the 31st, which is the deadline date for
hard deal Brexit
for Brexit, which could be extended if Boris went to Europe and asked for an extension, but he's not doing it, which is fair enough because they've asked for enough extensions. The people that voted for Brexit, which was the majority of this country, we spoke about it last week, they do want Brexit, so fair enough. So the thing is, in essence, Boris is trying to push through what has been said, because I might have a difference of opinion actually. What people are saying is Boris is trying to push through a no-deal Brexit because that is what he's promised his people. That is all these backbenchers. That's who they are. They're all Brexiters. They want to go. And
he's promised Brexit or a no-deal Brexit.
A no-deal Brexit. Well, no Brexit, full stop. Yeah, but end of the day,
whether it's deal or no deal.
Yeah, deal or no deal. When they come back 2 weeks before October the 31st, it will be very hard for government to push through the levers and triggers they have to do to stop a no-deal Brexit. Mm-hmm. Because he said he's going to go through with it. So the MPs can stop it, government can stop it, but there's all this stuff they have to do. It's very complicated, and they might not be able to do it in 2 weeks. They probably could. They could probably slow it down, but it just makes it a lot harder. Instead of having 6 weeks, you got 2. So that's it. So there's Uproar, there's protests going on the streets of the UK, all over the gaff.
To this day.
The Scottish
as we speak,
the Scottish leader of the Tories has stepped down for personal reasons because
so people are telling her they don't like her.
Because she did a big thing for Tories.
Yeah, I know. She got them to a point where they was actually competing in that region.
Competing, yeah. If it wasn't for her, they wouldn't be in government right now. And
apparently all of her people that was close to her have been putting pressure on her because of Boris's behaviour that she needs to quit. So she did it.
Anyway, so what do you guys think?
I think it's mad. I don't know. They say, fella said, democracy, demonstration of craze. And that's what I thought this is going on. A lot of people are saying that this is the end of democracy in Britain.
He is going down the route of Trump.
Yes, I think he wants to be Trump. Like, he'd like to be considered the UK version
of Trump.
Yeah.
I think he's seen what's going on in the world, seen what's being everywhere in the world, by the way, where the the right seems to be, in full force. And he's just acting on it. The right is the one that people seem to be focusing on quite heavily at the moment. Obviously, you see in America, everybody on the right is pushing Trump to their levels. You're seeing it in France. You're seeing it in all these other different regions. And I think he's just saying, you know what? The right in Britain has said that they want this. And I'm going to ride with the right because there's no point in me being centre because at the moment, centre's nobody cares about centre. There is no centre. There's left and there's right and there's a couple people in the centre.
Do you know about Dominic Cummings?
No.
You've all heard the name. Dominic Cummings is the one that...
There's only one Dominic we respect here, mate.
Which is...
Six.
Allow him, man.
Legend status.
He's got 4 months, man, until we come to him.
Man.
All right. Dominic Cummings is the dude that was the brain behind the Brexit movement, the Get Out movement during the campaign for Brexit.
And is he his chief of staff now?
He's the head advisor or something like that of Boris. Everyone basically they're saying that this is his thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Dominic Cummings is his moves because he's very he's not a politician.
I'm so sorry.
What are we talking about, bro?
Dominic Cummings.
Okay. He's not a politician. He's an advisor. He's a man that deals with facts and figures, and he's one of the. There's a program about him on, I think it's Sky actually or BBC. I don't know, but it was a documentary about. Not a documentary, sorry, a program, a reenactment of what he did during the Brexit party, and he just looks down on common man. It's like you people are dumb. I can play you. Who's just the American one that was with Trump in the beginning?
Oh, the NF guy. I mean, the KKK guy.
Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon. He's the British version of Steve Bannon.
That's exactly what I was thinking about when you were talking about.
He's the British version of Steve Bannon. So I think more people know who Steve Bannon is.
Behind him,
and when Boris came into power, he's hooked up with him. He's brought him in, and everyone's saying this is a Dominic Cummings because it's kind of left field because this is something that it's unprecedented. It's never happened before. Not like this, anyways. And what he's good at doing is taking people's expectations and just going the opposite way. It's like when you're trying to trap a girl and she thinks, he's going to come with this line and bang, he comes with something else. You're like, whoa, you impressed me. He makes people think this. So what people are saying is, he's doing this, but what Boris is doing, what some of the people really feel he's doing is that he is actually just playing very, very, very hard negotiations with Europe. What he's saying is that the person before me, Theresa, was saying, yeah, is Brexit or no Brexit? We leave with no deal. But she wasn't really, really about that life. And she had no power anyways. So even if she wanted it, the people that, MPs, Parliament would have stopped everything. Now, end of the day, it could happen with Boris as well. But Boris is doing stuff like this where he's saying, listen, I've told you no Brexit. I've told you if you don't change certain things, if you don't bend to some of the things I'm asking for, then I'd rather just leave with a no deal. Now everyone knows that this is shooting yourself in the foot as the prime minister of this country. You do not know what will happen to this country after a no deal Brexit. It's a madness. End of the day, even the people that called for it, many people are going to get burnt and hurt, and then it's going to be like, you know what? Because the election will happen after Brexit. It's like it's just going to happen.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. So then you really may lose.
Inevitable.
That vote. So it's not something you want to risk. But what people are saying is that. What he's saying is playing 3D chess. He's saying to the EU, listen, I'm coming with the same kind of demands that my predecessor did, but I'm actually going to back it through up to the point where I'm now closed parliament. And so be it. It's going to be very, very tight for these people to stop me from doing what I want to do. So Give me something. Because when they come back is when he's going to go to the EU and say, so what are you saying? I've got this. What are you saying? What are you saying?
But what about these people that are saying that they might put in a vote of no confidence?
But they can do it now. I don't know why they haven't. Because the reason that, because basically both parties can do stuff. The Labour Party can do a vote of no confidence. Sorry, but all right, they can say we want to vote of no confidence, but then the Tories will have to say no. We want Boris gone, which they're not going to do.
Some of them are saying they want him gone,
but not enough. It's a vote, isn't it? Not enough. True. And then what the other side can do, if they're trying to get rid of Labour and all them people, is say, all right, fine, I'll call a general election. But he's not sure he's going to win. So that's the nuclear button. Nobody wants to take that nuclear button because they don't think they're not sure if they're going to win.
Well, Corbyn's not the most liked.
So this is none of them. They're all
Corbyn shot his load, boy, with that nonsense proposal that he put through.
Which one?
He was never going to win that.
Which one?
Well, the one that he's saying that he should be temporary prime minister, innit?
No. It's
not going to happen.
It could happen.
I can see where he's coming through, but because there's such a dislike for him, even in his own party, something as deep and as crazy as a no-deal Brexit is still not going to get him in. I think he will be a great prime minister by the way.
If the party was behind him,
a good one.
If the party was behind him, he would have been so much. To be honest, Labour are doing a nonsense.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they just needed to make a decision as to whether or not to get this guy out or not. Because right about now they're shooting themselves in the foot because the Tories are there for the taking, but because they're not unified. It was the same way that it was in America when it came to the Democratic vote, and when it was Hillary, this person, that person, and everybody was so split. Instead of them being behind just one person, everybody was so split that Trump just said, "Well, boy, I can bore through." And I think the same thing's happening here. Everybody's so split with this Labour Party. I don't even know who the alternative for Labour is at the moment.
There isn't one. They're all rubbish.
Yeah.
The only person that could come in, like I've said a number of times, is David. If
David decided he wanted to come back and he was on this thing, then everybody
clean up house.
You have to say David who?
Miliband.
David Miliband and clean house.
If
and
I
do think he's going to come back as well.
I don't know if he'll come back right now.
No way. It'll by this time.
But yeah, if he was to come back and decide he wants to go, run again for prime minister, I think people would back him now.
I ain't really followed this politics at all. But for me, I feel like this is a smoke screen and they're just going to revoke Article 50 and we ain't going nowhere. I think that in the meantime, when the house prices drop, a whole bunch of people are going to buy up the shit that needs to be bought up, and then we won't leave, and then all the prices and everything goes back up.
Who's going to do that?
You have to understand that we know less than we think we know.
No, you said they're going to revoke who?
I don't know who's going to do it, but that's what I feel that's going to happen. I think that's the end game.
I don't think we're leaving the EU.
Exactly.
So you don't think it's going to happen either?
I'm very skeptical. I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
I don't know if it's going to happen. I think anybody with common sense wouldn't do it. But we don't know why the reason why they're doing it. We don't know the reason behind it.
I never thought we would leave before, but it's so close now. And because this clown is in place, I think that this clown is in place.
But he didn't want us to leave. I do not believe that he wanted us to leave the EU.
Nah, he didn't.
I think this was a whole way of him getting into power.
Nah, he wants to leave, man.
I think
the guy's a patriot, man.
The whole thing about this doing the referendum, I think that every single person that was doing the referendum believed that we was going to have a vote for no, to leave, and then they'll be able to do what they were doing after. I don't think anybody truly believed that it was going to get a yes vote, and I
believe that they didn't think they were going to win, but there are a lot of nationalists in this country that want us to be independent.
I'm not good, but I don't believe,
including Boris.
I don't think Boris wanted to be independent. I think Boris was pushing that situation to try and jockey out what's his face, Cameron, so he can find his way in. That's what I think it was.
Should London
Cameron was gone though?
No, he wasn't. Cameron wasn't gone.
He left after the election, after he lost.
I think he thought they were going to win with yes, but then the right would see that Boris was on their side, so he had enough on the right and enough people on the centre. So when it came to then having to do another race again between Cameron and Boris, he thought that he would have won that and then would have got the prime minister's situation. That's what I think would happen.
But Cameron never had a no vote of confidence at any time.
No, I think...
Sorry, I agree with what you're saying about the stuff with him and getting the right wingers on board and maybe some of the centrists. I don't know about that, but then I don't see him as going to go for Cameron.
How many terms was Cameron? Is that his second term?
He won 2 elections.
But it doesn't.
Okay, if he was the second, whatever term he was in or whatever thing he was, I think that Boris was going for the Tory leadership.
Yeah,
and that was his plan of getting to be Tory leader.
He's made no secret of that. He's always wanted to be prime minister.
Yeah, so he was just trying to find a way of doing it. And I think he was trying to push this agenda with
I agree with that part. I'm just saying the bit where he's going to then go at camera and like clash him.
Not clash. I can't remember whether or not it was going to be second or first time or whatever. He was going to leave the leadership. The deal was that he was going to be after, anyway, wasn't it? They had like a deal in it. Bit like the Gordon Brown, what's it called deal? Tony Blair deal, where Gordon Brown was going to be Prime Minister after Tony Blair left. Or Labour leader anyway. After Tony Blair left.
Either way, I just feel like...
Gordon Brown was one of the best Prime Ministers we probably had.
Okay.
Gordon Brown was doing shit. It's just that nobody likes Gordon Brown.
Gordon Brown was a plum, bro.
All right.
I feel like...
When we had Gordon Brown, we had money for.
I feel like it's all collateral damage. And like I said, I don't think we're going anywhere. We'll go back to normal. There will be a nice correction in the stock market, nice correction in the housing market. Bunch of people make a whole heap of money.
What's the pound to the euro now?
1 point.
I don't know. I've got a bet on for it to reach 1-to-1 at some point during this year. I put a nice little change on that. Why not? Let's see what happens. But that's what I think. I don't think it's going to be anything outside of that.
I've calmed down now. When this first happened, it's the first time in my life, in my entire life, ever, that I wanted to go out and protest.
Is it?
Really?
Ever. I've never wanted to protest before.
You know,
not like this, but when it first happened, I was like, nah, man's taking a piss.
The only thing that this whole thing has done for me is made me question whether or not, this sounds stupid, but because of what's gone down, whether London should look for independent status away from England.
Hey, look at this dude.
And I'm being dead serious.
Really?
Because this referendum was won and lost on the fact that people thought that everyone thinks like people in London, and they don't.
Okay,
and the rest of the country,
people in London fall like that.
Yeah, but the MPs and stuff are in London. They think like that. They don't think about the rest of England.
They deal with the constituents. They deal with them most of the time. They come here and they do stuff, but they deal with their people. They know what their people are thinking. I think in general, people just feel, as much as you're upset with this and that, you must realize that Brexit is not in your benefit. No. It's like, it's the 80-20 rule. It's like going out with a woman who's got near enough everything, but she just doesn't do this one thing that you're just unhappy about. And then all your boys is telling you, bruv, stay with the woman, man. Yeah, but she doesn't, I don't know, she doesn't cook. Let's cook. She doesn't cook. It's like, yeah, but you got money, you have to take out all the time. Yeah, but she doesn't cook. And then you go to one of your friend's house, you got a female friend, and she cooks. And then she tries it on with you. And you're like, bruv, I might do something with Lisa, you know. And like, what? Leave Lisa alone. You got a good woman. Like, I might leave my wife for Lisa, and everyone's telling you don't do it. And they just think you're just smart enough to understand that all Lisa did for you was cook, bruv. Your missus at home is doing a lot, and that's what the EU is. There's 20% of the stuff that you don't like, and we get it. But there's loads of benefits that you must realize are benefits. You must realize. So as much as you're moaning, you must realize.
The only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I got the impression that there was shock at the result.
Yeah, there was.
And in order for there to be shock at the result, we must have all thought that we had consensus in thought. Which means
you must realize that you got the good thing at home.
Yeah, but then again, this is the point I'm making. The people in London had this consensus of thought. If you looked at the map, the heat map of where votes for no or for leave were from, you'll see that almost none of them were in London. It was all of the surrounding counties and everywhere else in England. Up north, outside of London.
So Essex.
But that's the same issue that happened in America as well.
With California.
Can you hear me? Sorry. Yeah, that's the same issue that happened in America as well. It's like middle America was pretty much, they felt left out. So when they voted for Trump, but the rest of the more kind of like cosmopolitan states or cities,
coastal states.
They thought pretty much how Londoners think, that everybody else thinks like them.
Exactly.
Forgetting the fact that actually no, they don't identify with you lot. They identify with Trump, who is literally telling them what they want to hear.
Exactly.
He's telling them that I am one of you, even though he's not. I know what you want, even though, you know, he couldn't give a damn about what happens to them. But as long as you're telling people what they want to hear, they're going to vote for you.
Exactly. In this country, it was about, you know, all of these, like, you see how recently Ford has closed down one of their plants. Yeah. Stuff like this. Those are workers. Workers feel like they have no jobs available for them. The laborers feel like there's no jobs available for them. And people are making it seem like the reason why these jobs are going is not just because of technology, but because of immigration. And those jobs that would have been going to British workers are now going to immigrants. Those cleaning jobs that nobody wants would have been going to a British person. Or this job that's in, I don't know, these guys are all mechanics at this branch in maybe London or something that they've seen all the Polish are, when really they're not, it would have gone to an Englishman, and now they've gone completely because they don't need us because they can't afford us. Or the people that are already in jobs are saying that their jobs are, now I have to, I'm a plumber and I might have to charge less to be my plumber because there's a Polish man that's doing my plumbing for half the price, or a builder, all that type of stuff. That's what they're seeing. So they're thinking, if we get rid of all of these guys, it's gonna make my life a lot better. So get them out of Europe. So it means that they can't do this stuff, which is stupid because the people that's here are already allowed to stay. So it never know difference anyway. But that's how people saw things. But again,
I think London should align with the City of London and become an independent jurisdiction.
Boy,
and
but it can't ever work because London makes up all the money in the country.
That's the point.
No, the City of London makes up all the money in the country.
London, either way, City of London is not by itself.
It's trying to drain,
and London is not by itself.
City of London is an independent jurisdiction.
Not in the terms of no. Okay. There is no independence. The only independent is like, what's it, Ireland or Northern Ireland or whatever it is. That's it. Everything else is one. It still counts as one. You can call it whatever you want, but the money ain't going anywhere but in house. It's not. It's governed by the PM, innit?
You can't do that anyway. You can't just decide as a city you're gonna leave the rest of the UK.
But if you're responsible for most of the money in the UK, why not?
But then
that's what Scotland's trying to do.
But Scotland,
that's a country though.
And they're not responsible for anything. Most people are saying if you leave, same thing with them. If you leave, in some ways you're shooting yourself in the foot as well. As Scotland.
But they're just like, it's a way of them now getting independent.
But that's fine. But that's why it's almost, it's like
natural gas, oil, all that. That's all Scotland.
Yeah, off the shoulders there. But
the fisheries,
is it owned by them?
They got all. It's all them.
But is it owned by them?
Yeah, it is.
The companies own them, and so I'm because
it's their jurisdiction.
But is it owned by them? Because Nigeria's jurisdiction is theirs, but is it owned by them?
It might be. No, I think
Nigeria's not really a country.
Oh no, because America's on a lot of the oil in off the coast of Scotland.
Of course,
I was just listening to something about this recently.
You can't basically say because it's ours, it's here, it's don't work like that.
Because somebody made the same argument. It's like, yeah, Scotland can leave if they want, and then somebody brought up all that stuff and they said, yeah, but America's own all that stuff, innit? It's not even the British that own it. It's like, yeah, so the money might be going, be funding it in, but it's not any different than what's happening now. It's not
and they got whiskey.
It's true. They got the whiskey, fam.
No, whiskey's big, bro.
Everything is big.
Billions.
But all I'm saying is that
what's not big though.
Go on.
That girl's engagement ring, but keep going.
You changed the subject. You might as well change it.
Man said some things are not big. That girl's engagement ring. Oh my God. That was funny. Did you see it?
Yes, I did see it. What a poor... That was beneath basic. Like, is this what we're doing now?
No, but listen.
Someone explain the thing.
I think we should... Okay, so basically there was... something that happened across social media where a lady had received an engagement ring from her, what do you call it? Suitor? Is that the right word?
Fiance.
And the quarter, that's the one. And far be it for
Have
me.
you seen it?
I haven't seen that.
Far be it for me to say that the ring was small, but the ring was small.
What did
the diamond
call it?
The diamond on the ring.
He called it a full stop. He called the diamond a full stop.
Yeah, the diamond on the ring was small. And obviously this has gone out to social media, and we are the court of popular opinion. And this man who's not named or faced has been slaughtered.
I want to show Mr. Wolf the ring
on the way.
Can you see hold on. Can you see the ring from there?
I can see the ring, but not barely the diamond. Bro.
That's the point. But keep going. Give it to him.
Yes. So this is what's transpired on the interwebs this week.
He gave her a ring with salt on it.
Oh wow!
In fact, Chips has got more bling than that.
Is that a real diamond? Can that even be a real diamond?
It's a diamond, bro.
Of course. He looked like he got that from like one of them.
That's Flint.
Happy shopper.
You know when they put the rings in their lips. The little stud ring that they put in the lip.
It's smaller than that.
That's bigger than what is on that thing. That is when you have a cluster of diamonds making up something.
Yeah, it's true. But that's one part.
Yeah, they took.
How did you ask for that?
They took one of the cluster. He pointed out, I want that one.
No, he got that from the.
There's no way.
He got
There's
that
not a
from
woman
the
alive
Happy
that
Shopper.
would have asked for that.
He said
There's
Happy
no
Shopper.
way.
Not even H. Samuel,
No, from the Happy Shopper Christmas cracker.
But my problem is this, yeah. The man gave her the ring, and we all agree the ring is taking the piss. But
hold on,
all right, fair enough. If no one's agreeing, fine. But I'm saying it's taking a piss, and I believe Lala agrees with me, and I'm also seems to agree with me at this point.
You can do better.
I want to take the opportunity to shout out the jeweler, because any man that could set that stone on a ring.
Hold on.
Fucking
You
G,
said
bro.
on. It didn't say it on. It was on top.
It's on top.
That's
It's like it's hanging off.
Do you know what it looks like to me? You
Use
know,
Gorilla Glue.
you know a piece of thread and you tie a knot in the thread?
Yeah.
So you've tied the ring, the thread around your finger, and the knot is representative.
Yeah,
of
it
the
looks like a
actual
knot.
stone.
Yeah,
That's
it looks
what
like a knot.
like.
But what I'm saying is,
He's gangster for being able to do it.
no, but what I'm saying is, as much as that still happen, I've still got a problem with the woman deciding that she wants to shame him online for getting in the ring.
I got a problem with the woman accepting the ring in the first place. It's like, he knew what to give you. He knew exactly what to give you because you've accepted it. You've got it on your finger. You're like, look what my man got me.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's your
Alright.
business. Keep the ring.
Please hold on. I didn't even know all of this. Okay, so if you saw somebody give you that type of engagement ring, I would expect that person to maybe have been going out with them for a year, maybe 2. Because they got no respect, really. So then I was thinking,
Oh, shit.
we've been together for 8 years.
Come on.
wow.
That's not even minimum. That's
But in
less than
saying
the bare
that,
minimum.
Been saying that, she said, we've been together, and she spelled together TOGETHA. So
What's that?
What she said? What?
she spelled together TOGETHA.
Oh, together.
So I don't know.
All I'm going to say is this, yeah? We don't know the financial predicament of the
Oh,
couple.
behave yourself.
Look how she just...
Oh, why behave yourself? Why behave
Look how she
yourself?
spelled together. You don't know what the financial predicament of them is.
I can't even read the thing. Read it. Because
We want to be together.
If you're in a financial predicament,
Yes.
don't get a ring.
Why
Wait
not?
until you're in a
Why?
better financial
Why?
position to get a ring.
Why? You got a
You
ring.
can get a better ring from Argos.
yes,
That's what I'm
Thank you.
saying.
just get her anything. You don't have to put a diamond on it. Just get a cubic zirconia and be fine with it. Just say I can't afford a diamond. This is a cubic. Most
Bro.
people can't tell the difference. Have some of that.
It's
That's
true, you know,
not a
because
diamond,
I
bro.
was in super. The first time I proposed to somebody, well, I was 20.
The first time. That's when you know man's been doing it out here in the street.
I'm just going around
Bro.
proposing.
Please marry me.
Random tandem.
I've lived life, man.
Hold on.
Accept me.
Begging. Begging marriage.
Listen,
Give me your hand.
excuse me.
Which one's going to say
Excuse
yes?
me.
Did she say no?
I've lived
No, she said yes.
and
And I've had two women. She proposed to me twice before I proposed to her.
My parents said they can't marry.
Shall I repeat? She twice. She
Pat your
proposed to
back,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Pat
not,
your back.
I'm not begging nothing, but I was super broke.
Men don't know about sympathy, do
It's true,
you?
you know, because I think I got the thing
Who
I
did
got
you
was
propose to, bro?
the first one, isn't it?
Begging you.
She proposed to me twice. It was sympathy, bro.
Okay, well,
Go on.
Nah, she loved him. Keep going.
Go on.
The ring was bigger than that, yeah, and I can't remember if it was a H. Samuel Finest or I don't think it was Argos.
Beaver
I think it
Brooks.
was H. Samuel.
Sorry,
I don't even know how he found his ring.
Sorry, let me read the excerpt.
So it's like £100 or something.
Elastic band.
Let me read
I
the
was so
I
broke.
don't want to hear it.
No, let me read the
It's true, you know,
excerpt.
I think the ring I got was about £100.
Let me
And
read the excerpt that
it
goes
was-
with
it
this,
was
right?
better than that.
So here's what she posted the picture online, and here's the quote or caption underneath the picture. Yeah, we've been together for 8 years and talking about getting married for almost 3. This the ring. He said he saved up to buy me. Am I being shady or materialistic if I tell this motherfucker I don't want this little ring?
Yeah,
Are they American?
no, that's how they say it. Yeah.
Are they American people?
I don't know.
Clearly.
Boy,
I thought it was British.
either way, I'm saying you don't. Either
Yankees,
way,
man.
I'm saying you don't know what the financial predicament of this here situation
But just
is.
give her nothing then. Give her nothing.
Personally, I would prefer if my partner would wait until he got into a better position to get a decent ring.
But what if he's never... Okay, so are men are not allowed to propose without a ring now? Is that just... We can't do
This
that?
is the question I was coming to. Like, what is a dollar worth?
Yeah, can't we just propose without a ring? Can we not just say, I want to marry you?
No,
I ain't got no ring.
Who's the one that got the ring thing started again? What's the company's name?
The Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, they got you. The opie dope has been set and it's finished now. You can't propose without
No,
a
but
ring.
seriously, can you not... So if you know a man and the man was really good to you and he was going through financial difficulties...
Then
but
don't get a ring.
No, yeah, he didn't want to get a ring, but he wanted to get married to you.
Right.
And he's like, you know what? I need to secure this babes because right back now she's looking like she might be looking elsewhere, and I need to secure it.
Right about now, I've seen her at Carnival. Sorry, go on.
So I want to ask her. Yeah, she was whining too many man for me for my liking.
too many man.
So I want to lock it down.
Yeah, so I want to lock it down. So he goes, you know what? I ain't got a ring right now, and I don't even know if I'm gonna have a ring, but I know I've got you. You're my diamond. See, bars.
Jeez, bars.
How long you been practicing that one?
I did it. It came right out of my mouth just there, fam.
Take your diamond back to your mother and suck her ass. Give me the real tea.
Right, so I want to propose to you. He's down on his knee. You know, he's dirtying up his garment to say, I want to marry you. I've even asked. I've asked your parent. They're happy for me to marry. What's going on out here, fam? Mm-hmm. Are you gonna tell him no because he ain't got no ring?
I'm gonna tell him when you get in a position, you get me a ring.
Wow! So you're gonna tell him no?
I'm not going to tell him no that I won't marry you, but I will be expecting a ring, a decent one.
But why? Why do you have to have a decent ring? Why
because that is it. If you want to marry me, that's what. Put a ring on my finger and a decent one. I don't come with one of any of that nonsense either.
Then let me throw it to you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not accepting bare minimum because you know what that means.
It's got bare minimum.
It is.
What if he gets you a nice wedding ring?
It's less than the bare minimum. Why do I need to accept that?
No, I didn't tell you to accept that. I said nothing. He said, I have no.
And I just said to you, if you want to marry me, then cool, but I will be expecting a ring and a decent one.
Nah, I'm saying, so what I'm saying, is alright, man says he wants to marry you and that. Okay, cool.
When will you marry?
Comes down, does the on the knee thing, says, will you marry me? Doesn't present a ring. Instead, presents the keys to a Rolls Royce Wraith and says, no, let's get married.
No.
What kind of rubbish is that?
Just get me a ring.
When will you marry?
I don't understand the ring. I don't understand the ring thing.
It's tradition. You don't understand it, man. It's
if you can afford a Rolls Royce, then why wouldn't you just get a ring?
You're just being difficult.
Yeah, I don't want to buy the ring.
You're just being difficult.
That's weird. That's weird.
You know what I saw online that made me laugh?
I think the rings is
the
weird.
material more important to you than the symbol.
It's the symbol of the ring. But the thing is, my point about this is that particular ring there, like I said, is less than the bare minimum. So I'm not saying that you have to go out and go to Tiffany's or De Beers and get the most expensive ring in the world. I'm saying get a ring that is worthy of your partner. I don't feel like that ring is worthy of anyone. I think it's nonsense.
I don't think any of these rings are worthy of anybody, really. You know how you make diamonds? You crush carbon. Come on, man.
Listen, I'm just saying, if a ring,
women love the material, basically. If
it's materialistic, then fine. But that is a nonsense. And he knew to get a ring, but he got a shit ring.
He got a nonsense. He got an insult, as far as I'm concerned, because you could have just left it. And I think he might have been a joke, as far as I'm concerned. You might have found out later that he's got her a different ring, and maybe this, because men like to do stupid tests, and this could be a stupid test that he's doing against her.
And that's another thing as well.
Why are they stupid? What's wrong with tests?
Don't test me.
Don't test
me.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Test me.
Sorry. Let's rewind to the beginning of the podcast. Mr. Wolf's proverb was about you don't know somebody until you give them money.
Yeah.
This is the test. This is the test right here.
Don't test me.
No. Either you give her the ring or you don't. All of this bullshit is nonsense. As far as I'm concerned, you give her the ring that you want to give her or you don't. Simple and plain. But if it comes to a case that...
This guy's filming me eating my popcorn.
He's foraging.
You hungry?
He's eating it like he stole it. That's the problem.
I didn't have any dinner.
Right now, he's probably eating the kernels. Like, there's nothing in the bag.
The thing is, on at least 2 occasions I've seen him got this, hey, with his eyes, hey. I don't know what's wrong with you, bro.
Like you caught a big one.
Lala, what's wrong with testing people? Well, let's shift quickly.
I don't like this idea
testing. 1, 2.
Let me see. Like, if you feel like you have to test her, why are you with her?
Yes.
Why are you with her?
Yeah, I test you in it.
For what?
And then so I can find out if I should be with you for longer.
You don't know that already.
If you're going to propose, then you must know how
I'm not talking about the proposing thing. I'm talking about testing people in a relationship. Well, once you're getting to know.
So you're setting up traps for your missus.
I don't like all this entrapment business.
No, it doesn't have to be entrapment. It can be a test. What's one? Is 1 plus 1?
I don't like it. I think it's
1 plus 1 is a test. It can be a test. Yeah, that doesn't. It's not entrapment.
Okay, so give me an example.
But this is the thing. You could test your partner. And let's say she passed the test, you get married, and then there'll be other things within the relationship. She might fail those other things. What, you're going to divorce her?
Yes.
Divorce.
I think you're misunderstanding. What I think is, people don't like the word test. Yes. Or the word test is maybe not the best or the most accurate word to describe it. Because when I said 1 plus 1, if you take that into dating, and it comes down to, I'm asking you about, not about how much money you make or what you think about this. In fact, what you think about this. What do you think about the environment? And that could be a testing question. And the answer you gives me lets me know that, I believe that the environment is important. We should do this. I only use the same plastic bags and I recycle. And yes, this is somebody that's conscious about the environment. That's important to me as well. He's passed that test. And then you ask them, what's the family like life? How are you with your siblings? I don't talk to my brother. I don't talk to my sister. And you think like, I'm a family oriented kind of person. That's an alarm bell. He's failed that test. There's nothing wrong with what I'm saying, is there?
I think if you're trying to find things where you kind of meet on an even level, like if you have similarities in common, then it's fair, obviously, ask questions because, you know, say for instance, if you're a particular religion and she's another religion, your religions don't align, then you might not want to get married to that person, which is fair enough. Mm-hmm. I just feel like sometimes when people try to test people on what they like in terms of material possessions, I think it's a nonsense.
No, I've just given you 2 tests.
Yeah, but
there's nothing wrong with those.
So is there those 2 tests again?
The first one was about environment, testing if you feel somebody believes the environment is important and how they deal with that.
But how? Give me an example.
I asked them, "What do you feel about the environment? Do you recycle? Do you? What do you?" And they
some people don't recycle.
Some people say, "What do I do?"
All right, so you're talking about. I'm talking more like a setup type test.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Them kind.
But this is which is why I started off the whole thing saying maybe test is people have an issue with the word test, or maybe test is not the most accurate word to use. But it is a word that is a test. And I gave you 2 examples, and I said they passed the first one and they failed the second one.
Are you sure there's a questionnaire?
So it's still a test. So if this girl failed the test by saying, I feel like this ring isn't...
You're stuck on that ring. I'm not talking about that ring.
I'm using it for example. What she said, I feel like this ring isn't suitable for me. Like, I feel like this is beneath basic. Mm. Does that mean that she's like a money grabbing cow? Because that's the kind of impression that I get when men say we want to test you to see whether or not you're going to dig in our pockets and
that's what
bleed us dry.
That's what a lot of people were saying about the woman online. Because I think
if that's the case, then you can't aim that at that woman because the way that ring looks, if she's asking for a decent ring, I think she's well within her rights to
ask. A lot of people were saying
how that ring looks because people are calling her materialistic, and I'm like, based on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't base it on that, but a lot of people were saying that
if the roles were reversed. Men, I know it's hard to put yourself in that position, but if women gave,
you clearly can.
If I never received a ring, I was just asked by multiple women. If a woman asked a man to marry them and they gave the ring, I actually don't think any of us here. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, Mr. Wolf is on my left. Who knows? And in fact, but you know what? Actually, I'll take it back. But would it matter to you? And I think most men would say, no. If I love the woman and she wants to be with me, then so be it.
If my woman gave me that ring, I'll cuss her. You know what? I'll marry her, but I'll cuss her. Like, what do you think? Do you know? I think I've got it. I know what that ring is. That ring is the embodiment of the thought that counts. He thought about buying a diamond.
Going back to what you said, Lala, in this specific instance, that ring I felt was what you said is kind of like below the minimum.
Yeah.
And I would actually agree with you. Usually I'm quite the person that I'm quite anti-materialistic and I don't like that way of thinking. But in this case, I do think that unless you are living on the streets almost. Like if
you have to go out of your way to find that ring.
Yeah, almost like that. It's like you almost had to go out of your way to get a ring that thin and that stringy. You could get a ring that looks, like you said, it looks like a string. You could get a ring that has some sort of, I'm not going to call it a fake stone, but a stone that's not a diamond. Another stone. It could be a different color as well. So it's like, you could even play some game. I got you an emerald because, or that's a lot cheaper, but you say because it makes me feel of you, or so I don't know. You could think something up. Use your imagination. So I understand that in this case, it's almost like
emeralds are green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got you an emerald because I want everyone else to be green of envy something. That I have you, my queen.
I mean, there's so much he could have done, but he just.
Why did you both do Hotep things? You bastards! Why did you both do Hotep things? That was a Hotep One was clicking and the other was doing Wakanda Forever. So this is my life. Oh God! It's just that. So in this instance, I can see. But if it was my sister or something, and what it would come down to is, has the man been treating you well for the past 8 years? And if it's yes, then it's okay. It's just a ring. I don't necessarily think the ring is a rate. I don't rate the ring, but end of the day, how's the relationship been? Is he loving? Is he caring? Does he look after you? Does he treat you right?
Engage them with Harry man.
So be it.
So the question is, why is the ring so important then?
It's just a symbol, really. And
you know what it is?
It really is.
He said he wants to marry me. That's all it is.
If you take it out, if you take it out of the relationship, if you just look at the ring, then rings make a difference, innit? How it looks makes a difference because one ring looks better and different than another ring.
Like I said, for everybody else.
If you include the whole relationship and put it in as a whole, and just this is one small part of it.
For you though,
then it's not that important, is it? Really?
Why would you want something that you yourself wouldn't like? Why would you give somebody something that you know they won't like?
Yeah, we're assuming that he wouldn't like it.
No, but she don't like it. And you know she's not going to like it. So why did he give it to her?
But I don't know. Maybe he didn't know.
But then don't marry a woman that you don't know is not going to like
or
this.
This could be a massive troll and she just
That's what I'm saying.
Trying to get likes and...
I said that it could be a fake ring. It could be something where, yes, it's just for online discussion, like those dresses that people discuss with different color and whatever. Stuff like that. So it could be that. But
it was an interesting debate after the picture because people were literally calling this woman materialistic. And I'm like, I've met really materialistic people before. If that is the level that we're talking about as materialism, then I think something is clearly wrong.
Would you count yourself as materialistic at all?
I have materialistic ways, yeah.
Yeah, or no, but I have materialistic ways.
And materialism only goes so far. I'm not stupid with it. Like, I wouldn't expect my man, if I knew that my man couldn't afford, say, for instance, a Tiffany ring, I'm not expecting a Tiffany ring.
But you would like your man to treat you.
But I would like, every now and then. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with that?
I don't see that as materialistic, though.
A lot of people do.
Broke ass.
A lot of people do.
So a woman being treated is seen as material.
No, so let's a really easier example of materialism. Would you say that there are certain material attributes that a man needs to have in order for you to even consider him seriously in dating?
Oh, we had this the last time they were
£35,000.
That wasn't me. That was my girl.
Okay. My friend is good looking.
For me, like, I think it's really important for me personally that a man has to have ambition and want to achieve things in life. I've said this so many times before. Yeah. It's very much a turn off for me for a man to just be like, not the word content. I think contentment is a great thing, but I think...
That's what's wrong with you women.
I said contentment is a great thing. What's wrong with that?
For me, it's almost the antithesis.
And I haven't actually finished my sentence.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Thank you. I think contentment is a great thing. However, if you can do better, then what is the problem with doing better?
Then you're not
content.
Because I'm happy where I am.
But if that is you, then that's fine. But if I feel like you can do more,
no woman is ever happy with any man ever.
Do more.
But then no man is ever happy with every woman.
So if we say you feel like you can do more, then do more, or is who feels like they can do more? Is it you who feel like that person can do more, or that person?
Have you ever met somebody who's like constantly speaking about how they would like to achieve X, Y, and Z?
They're not content.
But they never actually actively, proactively go out and do
they're not content,
X, Y, and Z.
They're not content because they want to do something else.
They want
to,
but at the same time, they're still happy in sitting in the same space that they're at.
No, they're not happy. So, they're too lazy to do the other thing.
Me and my weight issue.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't mention it all the time, but I've mentioned it now. And if I come back in 6 months and I'm exactly the same, next time you come on the pod, if I'm exactly the same, then this is Stavros who mentioned he wants to lose weight. He hasn't really, it doesn't look like he's done anything about it because I've seen evidence of him losing weight before. So, he tried something before. He's not trying it now. He's talking and he's no action. I find that unattractive in a man.
Yeah, that I can understand. But when the person tell you that they're content, that means they're happy with what they are and what they're doing. And all the women that's looking for ambitious men, don't be upset when they're ambitious to go find the next woman. That's what I'm telling you now.
Yeah, that is one of. You can shake your head, but
I'm shaking my head. Go then.
It is important. It is important to say when you're looking for
ambitions don't just stop in one place.
A super ambitious man. The man usually has ambitions across a wide range of things, and he sees this job as a stepping stone for that, and maybe this friend as a stepping stone for that. And then you yourself, once he links up with you, he might see you as, he might not even see you as a stepping stone until he sees something better. But because I'm so ambitious, I found something better now. And so,
ambition don't stop at the job.
And so now I want the next thing. So, I have nothing against you. I do like you, but I've just found better. So latest to you now.
That's fine, go.
Yeah, that's not loyalty then.
Yeah, you can
ambition
go then.
Ambition and loyalty don't necessarily go together, fam.
Yeah.
Ambition is almost, most ambitious people don't have that loyalty.
No,
that's why they talk about Jay-Z.
Shout out Boris.
Ambition will block loyalty in a lot of cases. Or loyalty will block ambition, in a lot of cases.
Yeah, so you kind of like have to say, overlook loyalty.
Yeah, to be ambitious
because it's gonna, like you said, it's going to block my ambition.
Like, even if you're in a role, let's say that you're in a role with somebody and, your friend is in that role and they come to you and they say, we think you're better than your friend in this role and we're probably going to get rid of your friend if you want to step up. An ambitious person will take the step. The loyal person will say, well, no, I'm not going to let you just dethrone my brethren because you think I'm better.
So both of y'all are now dethroned.
Yeah, both of you leave because you're a low person.
Go to PFC.
Yeah, what would you? All right, you have two dudes. Just examples given. Somebody's come up to them. One of them is the lower one. One of them is the ambitious one. And they said, if you leave your friend behind, not in the malicious way at all, but you came let's say it's X Factor. So you came as a pair, and I like you.
Who says the loyal person can't be ambitious as well?
No, but I'm saying, but the loyal person is the loyalty comes before ambition. And the ambition person,
that's not necessarily always the case. You can be loyal but you can do two things at the same time. You can pat your head and rub your belly at the same time. I don't understand why why the two have to be separated.
Okay, all right. So we're running out of time. So let's do this next thing.
I agree.
All right, and I'll mix it up because they follow along the same route.
All right.
Janelle Monae has apologized for people for suggesting that this Popeyes thing in America now. Popeyes is a chicken shop in America, and they have released a burger.
A vegan one?
No, it's a normal chicken burger, but I don't think they did chicken burgers before. They did just like chicken pieces and chicken wings and whatnot. So they've released a chicken burger, and apparently it's very good. So there's lines going around the block. People are talking about it. It's popping up on social media in America. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So
they said they gave them like $9 million worth of advertisement or something.
Yeah, but yes, because so many people were talking about it on social media, they get even me in the UK, that I've had Popeyes before, but even me, I want to go all the way to America now to try this Popeyes chicken because people keep talking about it. So that's where the free advertising comes in, because there are literally queues going around the block. They have, I've never heard of this before, apart from when it happened with KFC, but that was for different reasons. They have sold out of chicken. Popeye's chicken have sold out of this chicken burger. Mm-hmm. So people have queued up, and then there are people that are buying the chicken burgers, buying multiples, setting up stands outside the shop and selling it for multiple of the
these are the type of people that sound like they will buy that ring.
So Janelle Monae has said that, or she hinted, we should set up voter registration booths outside Popeye's chicken. And then Black Twitter got in an uproar and said that this is an insult. How dare you insult us? She didn't mention black people, by the way, but how dare you insult us and say that, what kind of person are you saying this? And then she apologized and said, I'm sorry for offending people for saying that we should set up, because she's big on this vote registration stuff, because not enough people, poor people register to vote. They don't vote, basically, and that's what swings things in either way. Obviously, voting is very important. And so she's saying, if this is such a phenomenon, if there's people queuing up outside these shops, let's set up chicken stuff. So that is a way where social media has attacked a person.
Yeah.
If you let me finish, has attacked a person for just having their view, and somebody like me would feel like, shut up, she just mentioned something, whatever. David Chappelle has released a special on Netflix where the whole premise of it is you people are so feeble and so crybaby-ish that I'm just going to do a whole special time. Well, this is the third time now he's done it, where he just seems to attack people that are just, the snowflakes.
Sensitive.
Snowflakes.
And, I think it's bullshit. I'm with you. And I think everybody else here is probably the same. People are just too sensitive, and, there's too much, I don't know, there's too many factions out there that feel like they need to make a point over something that is a nonsense.
People just want to talk too much.
That's what I'm saying. I just think I get where she's coming from, and if Black Twitter or Twitter in general want to uproar about that, then let them uproar. I don't know why she apologized.
Because the problem that people have, Mr. Wolf, is that it's a mirror. So she's basically shining a mirror on them to say you look stupid.
Yes.
Going over about the chicken.
I don't think she's saying that. I think it was a legitimate thing.
It is a legitimate thing, but she is shining a light on them. Look how much
down to the bones.
Look how much. Look at what chicken is doing.
One at a time.
Yeah, look at what chicken is doing when there's other things you could be looking at. Look at what the chicken is doing for you.
Yeah, look at how important you've made the chicken.
Somebody said this thing almost exactly what you're with this stuff with the parliament. When we was going back and forth about Afro beats and Africans being allowed in Carnival, somebody must have put, you lot are having your xenophobia continent beef thing, and Parliament has just been frozen or whatever happened. And no one's even paying attention to that. That's not trending. Nobody's talking about that. We're talking about whether or not you should be able to play Afro beats at Carnival. It's just smoke screens for certain things. And I'm assuming that in this way, she was just trying to shine a light to say, the vote is coming. You lot been complaining about Trump. but you're not going to voting stands when it's time to vote, but you're ready to line up around the corner to go to chicken shops.
100%. Simple things. And she should have stood by her statement, in my opinion.
Well, you can't in this world because you stand by your statement.
She should have stood by her statement, but she should have done so with elaboration of what she actually meant.
Yes.
I think she probably might.
I think there's a valid point there.
You don't need to elaborate.
Somebody else has said it. By the way, I think this, and I'm going to get to this actually as well because it's something else. Somebody else has already said this before, and I think she might have just been saying what somebody else has said. Because somebody did say that we should have this voting stand, and it wasn't Janelle Monae that I read it from. Somebody else said it. All right, okay. So it might have just been on Twitter somewhere or something, and she saw it. And
I think in this day and age, I'm all for, because of how like media has evolved and has pushed itself into so many different facets of your life, and you're pushed by advertising to buy or to be brand aware from so many different avenues, and it's okay. I don't understand why we have a problem with interweaving serious issues into that marketing and advertising campaign. So I think the government made a boo-boo with the other day with the the chicken box knife thing or whatever. And I say they made a boo-boo because the targeting is almost like, it's almost racial, if you like, the targeting.
No, it wasn't.
I feel like it was. If it was a national campaign, it wasn't. You know, it was only London-centric.
It wasn't.
I heard it was only London. It was outside of London as well?
Yes.
Right, my bad.
So I mean, maybe the majority of the things might have happened, but it wasn't, they weren't understood it.
Okay. Because they only spent 57,000, which isn't a lot on the campaign. I'm thinking, how could all of that money spread over the whole of the UK?
No, that's what they managed to do. As I said last time, that you might not have heard it, unless you yourself go with the stereotype that black people are the only ones that eat chicken, I can't see it being a racial thing.
The point I was making though is that they had a good idea in the sense that your audience or the people that you want to reach frequent this area. We have no problem with pushing advertising in all different dimensions of an individual's life. You pick up your phone, it's there. You open your email, it's there. You turn on a computer, it's there. You walk down the street, it's there. So why can't this messaging also be in the appropriate places? So I don't see anything wrong with her saying that, or the point of her saying that we should have this voting, either registration outside of this place. It's obvious you're going there.
Let me ask you.
They should put it outside Apple stores as well.
Let me ask you a question, and I want an honest answer.
Go on.
If a white politician, said, I think we should put voting booths outside Popeye's chicken because I think it will get us a lot more voters from certain regions, would you be sitting here saying that's an excellent idea?
Have they said it?
Region or demographic?
Whatever the same woman said, but it's a white politician, and he said we should have the voting booths because I think your people will vote a lot more. That's what they said. Same like her. But would you be sitting there saying to me,
but that's not what she said.
Whatever she said then.
Have they said it at the same time, as a result of these lines being around Popeyes?
Same thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. It makes sense. For the same reason that I've just said just now. If you look at all of the areas that we're advertised from, I should say.
But Lala would be upset.
Would you be upset?
About what?
If a white politician had said what Janelle Monae did.
Yeah, because, only because I feel like...
Janelle didn't bring up race, by the way. She didn't bring up demographic.
Yeah, no.
She just said, because there's queues around the block.
Yeah.
Let's set up.
Knife crowd people.
Just knowing how kind of historically white politicians think, I would be thinking it's a racial issue.
Yeah, because
that's the undertone.
I get what you're saying there, 100%. Because their heart is not clean. Whereas standard.
It's not. They don't actually know us. They do kind of cling on to the stereotypes about us. So if a white politician did come up with that idea, I would be thinking it's probably based on.
Whereas
race.
I think that Janelle Monae's
heart is pure.
I think that she's coming from the right place. She wants her people. I do think that she's targeting the black folks. She wants her people or people within a certain demographic to sign up to vote because we actually have power, but we are not using the power that we can have.
Speaking of power, I'm not going to get into that.
I haven't watched it.
Can I segue this into something a bit similar?
We can talk about the flipping soundtrack though.
No, can I segue this into something a bit similar?
What's all that about?
So none of you want to talk about Dave Chappelle at all? Do you think Dave Chappelle?
He hasn't watched it, so there's no point in getting into it.
I think
Just says he got too far now.
Oh, man,
No, he didn't go
I had
too
a lot
far.
to say about that, but if you haven't watched it, I don't want to spoil it.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot to say about it.
Bro,
So-
when you lot had watched us, I took my headphones out
that's true.
and I let you talk about it.
That's true.
So what are you saying?
Yeah, you just you need to put your
You want to watch this boxing match anyways?
Oh.
Put your headphones in, man.
Mr. Wolf is going.
Wow, they're really sending him to solitary.
yeah.
Go over there.
Have you seen it?
Hold on. Lomachenko's fighting.
Okay, so for those of you
I'm
who
gonna say something after that though.
who have not, it won't be too long because we're hour already, 2 hours. If you haven't watched the Dave Chappelle's special, what's it called again?
Sticks and Stones.
Sticks and Stones. Then check the show notes. I'll put a time when we come back from our Dave Chappelle conversation, which will start now. Go on, Lala. You get the ball running.
Yeah, no, I thought it was, I loved it. I really did. Obviously certain parts I didn't fully agree with.
Which are?
But, when he was talking about, I think it was the Michael Jackson bit, but I understood it and it was funny, but yeah, anyway, the bit that I loved was the jokes that he made about the alphabet people in the car. Yeah, that was my favorite. I just thought that was so brilliantly done. I was laughing for ages about that because the fact of the matter is there are a lot of people in the LGBTQ community that don't actually support each other.
Yeah, they do hate
and they
each other.
openly say this as well. So I don't know how anyone could get offended.
We've had this
at that.
discussion before actually on our podcast where I was saying that there's a lot of gay people that don't like camp gay people, gay men that don't like camp gay men.
Yeah, you do
because
say
they
that.
see them as like basically you're the stereotype that everybody's always pushing against me,
yeah.
and now I'm fighting this stereotype because of you.
Yeah.
So you, Louis Spence, it's causing me a grief. Like so you got those type of things. I think the joke that I like the most, I don't know, I liked it the most, but I can understand why somebody could still rubbish it. Is when he was talking about when he used the N word. And he was saying that, why can't I use the F word, as they call it, on my, I might as well say the words. So the word faggot, he said, why can't I use the word faggot on my show, but I can use the word nigger on my show? Why can't I use the two words? I mean, why can't I use one word, but I can use the other? And he's saying that the lady said, you're not gay. You can't really use that word. And he must have said, well, I'm not a nigger either, but you're so happy with me to say that.
Yeah, but I think that's so easily squashed.
Yeah, I know why he says that.
It's so easy.
But it makes sense what he's trying to hit home.
No. Because if it was a gay comedian, then it would be cool. So end of.
What?
If a gay comedian was using the F word, it would be cool.
That's the point.
So
I don't understand what you're getting. The whole point of him saying is that I should be able to use any of these words if I'm not any of these things. Like, why is one word? And you said that think it's fine. I get what you're saying. You're trying to say the F word is fine.
I will explain it. A person that is insulting themselves, if a woman is using a word that is insulting to women or traditionally insulting to women, and she's using it in her sketch, then it's cool.
Yeah.
If a black man is using a word that's insulting to black people and he's using it in his sketch, it's cool. If a gay person is using a word that's insulting to gay people in their sketch, then it's cool. So it negates that whole point of that joke, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I get.
So
that's what I said.
So as much as the joke is funny,
I wanted to know,
the minute you break it down, deconstruct it,
wait, can I just say, F words in general in America, is it not allowed across the board? So even if you're gay, black, whatever, no one's allowed to say it.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you're gay, that you can say it.
Yeah, faggots have.
So a gay comedian could say that.
The same way black people have claimed the word nigger and said we've claimed it.
Yeah.
Gay people have said we've reclaimed the word fag. And
a comedian who is gay, like say for instance Ellen, if she decided to use that in her material, that would be okay.
Don't use Ellen as
she's gay.
But she's such a type of
clean cut.
Of
you
comedian.
can't use that.
Why not?
She's never been down that route.
What she decided
she
tomorrow?
She doesn't swear or nothing like that.
But what I'm saying, what if she decided tomorrow
can we just pick an imaginary comedian?
No, let her carry on saying that.
I think it's because she can change up her material as she wants. Like comedians.
Okay, let's say Oprah Winfrey starts using the N-word. It's just completely different when Oprah uses it than when Dave Chappelle uses it.
But
she's
a black person. If she decided she wanted to use it, according to this woman that Dave spoke to, she'd be allowed to because she's black. So what I'm saying is if Ellen decided to change up her material and decided I'm going to use the F word in my stand-up, that's okay. Is that right?
Well, Yeah, because she's of the lesbian community.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that people would necessarily expect Ellen to be able to say it because of who Ellen is.
That's why I don't want to use Ellen as an example.
But she could do. She'd be at liberty to do so simply because she is gay.
They might not.
There'd be backlash.
I'm not too sure that it'll be a backlash of her using about being a gay and saying it. I think it'll just be like, why you started
because it's Ellen.
Yeah,
but that's a couple of weeks ago. Point I'm making.
A couple of weeks ago, Webslinger recommended a comedian who is half Asian, as in
Filipino.
Southeast, it's half Filipino. And I watched some of those clips. I didn't watch the whole thing, but man is making Asian jokes. He's cussing Asian people. He's cussing their language. He's cussing this, cussing that. It's funny. But a black person making those jokes would be a bit risky. I'm not saying they couldn't get away with it.
They'll get away with it.
Yeah, but when he's making it, he's cussing his own people.
So that's the thing. That is what I think. If they wanted to go a bit further, he could say that black people could make jokes about Asian people. Black people could make jokes about white people. Black people could make jokes about all these different other demographics, but they're not allowed to make jokes about gays. Then his point would have mattered. But I don't know.
I think the point that he was trying to make was, so basically the woman that said to him, "You're not allowed to say make jokes with the F word in it."
Yeah,
she is apparently some bigwig at a network, and she decides what people can and can't say.
What's acceptable for the show.
Yeah. So basically this woman is in charge of like the narrative that's actually put out there. So she can determine what we see as an audience.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if Dave's allowed to say the N-word, then why can't he say... Why can't he?
No, but I think it's different. I get what you're saying now, because it's not his stand-up.
Why can't he say the F word? Because at the end of the day, I think the problem is with the F word is that it's not just about gay people. It's white people are included in that narrative. If the N word, so I had this in my head. Now I've lost it. Sorry.
I think what Dave Chappelle was trying to say is, it's not like he's saying it's his stand-up, because in his stand-up he's clearly using it. He's saying it that this was a show that I had, that I was scripting, and I was making jokes on my show. And the network is saying, you are not allowed to say this particular word. Yeah? But then he's saying, but you're allowing me to say this other word. Because she was saying that these people will be offended. And he's saying, so what, the other people won't be offended by me saying this word.
I think it's about being consistent in your outrage. So if you're so concerned about gay people be offended by
I'll give it.
I know what you're trying to say.
I'm asking the question.
I've just said that if an Asian person is making jokes about Asian people,
you just said it. Nobody cares what you just said.
But then what? Okay, then you know. So that's why I do give up then, because I am saying that if you make fun of your own culture, your own race, your own gender, then that is acceptable. But if I'm if I'm run a TV network and a woman is making jokes about women and I get complaints, I can happily sit back and say, as much as I don't like it, you know, it might cause issues. It's a woman that made these jokes. She wrote the jokes. So
what I'm saying is, somebody who is not even from any of these groups, she's the person that is in charge of saying, yes, you can say that. No, you can say this, blah, blah, blah. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
So the point that I'm making is, if she needs to be consistent in her outrage, and she's not. She's saying that you can say this over here, but you can't say this over there.
If she tells the white man that you can't use the N-word, is she being consistent?
No.
She is.
She is, sorry.
And if she tells the gay person that you can't make, the gay man, that you can't make those kind of jokes about women, or disabled people, let's say, then she's been consistent. You don't know what she's told every other demographic.
But why is it you can say the N-word, Dave, but you can't say
because
the
he's
F-word.
making jokes about, if you... Me as a head of a company, or as the gatekeeper, I was saying, and the person, because remember what they said is that she's not just the gatekeeper, she's the person that deals with what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. And for me, if I was running this company, I would say, just like I said, if you are a woman, a disabled gay woman, you can make disabled gay jokes, women jokes.
This is the point that he's trying to make.
But no,
I am not the N-word, but you're allowing me to say it regardless.
Yes, but black people have been called the N-word. If you want to accept that, that's your business.
Yes.
That's your business, not mine. You have said it. If you as a gay person want to use the F word, that's your business, not my business.
Black people have been what?
Labeled as the N-word.
Okay, they've been labelled as the N-word. They have been called the N-word.
And gay people have been called the F-word.
Yes.
So if you want to accept that word and use that in your show, that's your business.
And I don't see. Well, wait, gay people are also black as well.
That's but
he's not gay. I feel like they're more concerned about non-black people who are gay being called the F-word. I think if the F-word was aimed at just black people alone, he'd be able to say.
And that's a very good point, because if you notice...
So that's what I was trying to get at, because I'm so tired and my brain couldn't get my brain together. I'm so sorry. That's what I meant.
But if you notice, there was that common theme that ran through the whole thing. If you notice, all of his gay characters, all of his alphabet people characters were all white. Every single one of them.
Yes.
Which is, again...
Thank you. Sorry, I'm there. Yeah, go ahead.
It's, again, a conversation about who qualifies for these fights and these rights.
For the outrage.
For the outrage. So
and that's why I was talking about, Kevin Hart as well, because the only people that were really upset with Kevin were kind of gay white men.
Yeah.
And they were the ones who were kind of championing him getting...
I saw uproar from black people.
Black people are the ones that will always be the one for that.
But who's in power in Hollywood? It's not black gay men. It's
you
not
can't
black
just change
gay
the narrative.
Women.
It wasn't. They weren't the only. White people were not the only people upset about.
I'm not saying they weren't the only people, but the only people that were in power to actually do something about Kevin losing his job wasn't black
but
gay
he didn't
people.
lose it. He took himself out.
He took himself out, but the people that were putting pressure on the Oscars to actually do something about Kevin.
But so what?
It wasn't black gay people.
Okay,
I think if you're talking about a level of maybe in the business, I don't know. But if you're talking about online,
online is something else. They don't have the power to do anything.
Just say that,
really.
but we just talked about $9 million worth of advertising being done by online. So they do have power
to buy food.
Yeah, they do have power. They have power.
There's queues around the block.
People have power to do things online. And if we make enough noise online about one thing, then people will change it. Simple and plain. Okay, we didn't want to talk about power, but let's talk about power. Apparently the next power episode, they're going to change the music because everybody online hated it.
Has it changed yet?
Well, let's see.
50 said he's not doing it.
No, he said he's going to do it.
No, he keeps changing his mind.
Well, whatever. But let's see what happens. Right? But it does make a difference. People can change things. People can make a show go from having one season to having 2 seasons, because even though the ratings wasn't that high, they saw that enough people online was saying that if they really need a second season, and suddenly they might think it might pick up. They might give it a second season. Stuff like that happens. So online does have power. I get the premise of the joke. I think we're going above the premise of the joke. I think you understand the premise of the joke. Yes, we can break it down, but the joke means what it means, innit? It's a joke, but he's trying to add some substance to it.
Overall, I thought it was a bloody good.
I don't think it was that good.
I think it's his worst special.
I think it was
it's absolutely the worst special.
It's his worst special.
I don't think it's the worst one. I think the one before that was kind of...
Where he's sitting down or where he's standing up?
Where he was standing up. I didn't like that one.
The Netflix one?
Yeah.
Man, I like that.
I
was disappointed.
I think that this is his
It wasn't
worst
terrible. It was just...
I think the epilogue was better than the actual show. The question and answer sections. I think that was better than the actual show. For me. And I love the fact that he was talking about things, and then after he was showing the pictures of the things he was talking about. I like that. I like when he can actually show you the things that he's taking his inspirations from. So that was quite good.
I just like the way it was written, and the way, because I don't know if you noticed, it started and finished on the same note.
That's what he always does.
So in the beginning it was about the suicide, and in the end it was about the shooting of all the people in schools. But he kept the theme of it seems to only be white people that take these two extremes.
That's what I'm saying.
Like throughout the whole thing, he sold it all together.
I think he started so slow. The first half of that special, I was like, "Wow, is this it?"
Yeah, I need to watch it again because I wasn't in the right headspace.
I've watched it twice.
That's another thing. I was very tired when I watched it.
No, I watched it twice, and the first time I watched it, I was like, "This guy's clever, man. He's ultimate."
Yeah, he's clever. He's clever.
And then I watched it the second time with my dad, and I actually watched my dad to see the points where he kind of cracked up laughing, and there were some points where he was wheezing, and my dad don't really laugh like that. He was wheezing.
Dave Chappelle is extremely intelligent, and he works his intelligence into his comedy very, very
well. No, his comedy is.
But one of the things is, with this Janelle Monae business, with the Kevin Hart business, with all these other things that he mentioned, the R. Kelly stuff, the Michael Jackson stuff. He reminds me of me in the sense that when you tell him you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to do it.
That's the thing he says the most.
Every fiber of him is like, nah, I want to do this now. I'm going to do it. How dare you tell me I can't do this? And
you're not allowed to
this is the
weight.
third special in a row now. He's been going in on trans.
You're not allowed to lose weight. I don't think he's been going in on trans, really.
Yeah, he said it himself he's been doing.
Yeah, but when I say going in, I mean like because I thought that I would be able to sit there and listen and think, wow, he really doesn't like that community. But I sat there and I listened to his arguments and looked at them objectively, and I don't know, maybe I'm against trans because I agreed with the argument that he was putting forth, not necessarily what he's saying about the people, but the idea that, because he talked about how he feels on the inside.
But that's the point. The jokes is, I mean, the thing is, he's been making jokes about black people his whole career, and everyone can identify with the kind of the things that he's made. He's been making jokes about white people the whole his career, and people can identify with that. When he started making jokes about
Asians as well, because his wife's Asian, he makes jokes about them too.
But the ones I've seen, he makes jokes on black people and white people. That's what he's done in his career. He hasn't really brought into the homosexual community or the LGBT community until recently, from what I've seen. And then when he touched on the trans bit, that seemed to trigger the community, and he's got
backlash.
Yeah, from that. And since then, he hasn't had a special where he hasn't brought it up, and it's been a significant part of his show. So, and in this one now, because before he was apologizing, and then he's cussed. So first he made jokes about them, and then got the backlash. Then he made another one where he apologized, and then he continued cussing, making jokes anyways. And then now this one, he's saying, you know what? I made the jokes, I got backlash. I apologize, I got a backlash, and now I just don't care anymore.
He's doing Trump.
That's basically what he said. I just don't care anymore.
He's doing the
Yeah.
Trump. He's basically doing what he feels that the common man feel like they can't do no more. We can't talk about anything anymore about people giving us backlash. So I'm just going to talk about it. And the common man's going to say, yeah, Dave's doing it for us.
What was the original joke that got the trans people all up in arms?
What, in this episode?
Not in this one, but he said they hate him. So clearly he said something
I can't remember.
It was from one of the first specials that he dropped it in.
I don't think was it the Netflix one?
I can't remember.
The one before Netflix, because
he referred to the trans as a he, and the trans community.
Oh, so he misgendered.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Was this on Saturday Night Live or something?
No, it was one of the Netflix special. But I think the first Netflix special.
Yeah, it was the first Netflix special, and they were out for him after that.
I don't know, but either way, he did it on purpose, didn't it? And he kept on doing it, I think.
But then he did explain that he had an encounter with a trans person anyway. So that's why he has this issue with trans people. Not that he has an issue with them, but he had an experience with one. So he has the right to go at them because of his experience.
But was he lying though? That's the thing. You don't know if
we don't know whether he was lying or not.
That's the point with him.
Yeah, but then also, even if we don't know if he was lying or not, how comes we don't need validation for any of his other jokes? That's the other point. You get what I'm saying to you?
But that's because of the power of the people. They want, look, we're going to go at you on this because we care so much about this. It's the new fad. It's the big thing. We have to be careful of people's sensitive
It's a joke.
feelings.
You can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
you can cuss yourself and your own people,
But don't cuss.
and you can cuss
the
straight white
LGBTs.
people, men or women, because they hold the power. Anybody else is up for grabs. Like it's gonna be. So if you start cussing Asian people
I
and
think
you're not Asian,
some people just don't like the whole
Some men that
thing
don't
of
like me just want
punching
to bad
down
me.
on a group that's already marginalized.
yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, okay. All right, so let's get
what
Mr.
it
Wolf
is.
back in the building because he's been off for a while.
He's happy watching whatever he's watching.
No, let him get back in the building.
Well, don't have to. But say your thing. Then.
I want to talk about two things, but I'm going to start off with this thing. Has anybody seen this situation that's going on with... Hello? People are still talking, you know.
Go
Put your
on.
headphones in. Has anybody else seen this?
No.
Who has the jollof rice?
He's just woken up.
It's like he just doesn't never know what anything's about to
You know what day of the week is?
He never know what's going on.
I said, you know what day of the week it is? Oh, wow.
It's a Tuesday. It's a podcast today, innit? Alright, so,
Go on.
has anybody been seeing this situation that's going on with this girl Lizzo?
Lizzo.
What situation?
Do you know who Lizzo is?
Yeah, but I don't know what it's.
Alright, so Lizzo's a
Singer,
singer.
flute player.
Is she a flute player?
She plays the flute.
Okay, so she's a singer. She's a flute player, as Steph says. But she's getting kind of big now. Excuse the pun, because I think of one other thing is body positive thing as well, isn't it?
She's
She's quite big.
She's a plus size.
She's fat.
Yeah.
Basically. But anyway, so she's got this new campaign going around. Have you seen
She's
it?
what Lala used to be.
Oh wow.
Allow it,
Lala
man.
used to be.
Carry on.
I'm mocking the guest.
That is what I am
will
now.
bench
It's
press
what I
you,
am
bro.
now.
Oh, so
will bench press
just
you.
going off by what we just said, as he's fat now, he can say these things.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Fat jokes.
As soon as he gets skinny, he's no longer allowed to say it anymore.
Okay.
So she's got a campaign saying basically about your and you can like log onto a website and you can do a DNA test, because she must have tweeted this tweet that said I took a DNA test and I'm 100%. What did she call herself? I'm 100% that bitch or
That
something.
bitch, yeah, I believe.
Right. So she wrote a tweet and it's blowing up, and she's got a website. She's got a whole campaign about this, but she didn't actually write this tweet. Another girl, I think a girl from London actually wrote this tweet. And she wrote this tweet, and she wrote it word for word, way before this thing happened. And then suddenly, obviously, this little girl, or whoever owns her account, because we can always, it might not be her, has picked up this exact tweet with this exact wording, and has now made a big campaign off of this tweet. So there has been a lot of people on my timeline anyway, that have been riding for this girl in London that's done this tweet. So I don't know. My question is, how would you feel as somebody that's created something, or, it's a tweet. It's a simple couple of words, but it's you that made that witty wording. You're the one that's put it. You're the one taking your brain.
When we discussed this, it was either last week or the week before.
No, it just happened. I just seen it this week.
It was you. When we'll talk about, you said I blew up on social media and I didn't remember the time. That's the same thing we were discussing at the time when somebody takes somebody else's tweet and just use it as their own and they get all the plaudits.
Oh. Okay, well, this actually happened now, and it's got to a point where it's a campaign thing. All right, so
I had no idea.
Yeah, so how would you approach this? Because there's people saying now she should get lawyers, she should do this, she should that. I don't even know if you can do that.
She didn't. What do you need to do? Like copyright?
You can't copyright a tweet.
Exactly. So there's nothing to talk about.
You can't copyright a tweet, and a tweet technically belongs to Twitter.
Yeah.
If you make a fuss, then the person in question could build up their clout and utilize that, flip it to make some money or to become popular or to do something. So if you're that way inclined, by all means do that, because you can earn something out of it. You can get something out of it. If you're like me and I have no game in that capacity and and I'm just not good at plugging myself socially, I'm not equipped, and there are certain areas I'm not willing to go down. I'm not willing to go down that road because I see it as a bit cheesy. Then you do nothing. I mean, that's what I'll do. I would have done nothing.
It's not the first time that's happened. That happened to that girl that was came up with that slogan, eyebrows on fleek.
Ah, yeah.
Do you remember everyone started using it, all the top rappers from Nicki Minaj to a whole bunch of them actually. And she lost out on a bunch of money as well.
And they're doing that with the dancers as well, where they had these dances and everybody was using the dances. They tried to copyright the dances.
Do you remember the computer games that were taking the...
And they tried to copyright the dances and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's still...
How do you combat this though, man? Because sometimes you want it to get big and then sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
It's like you're happy that somebody's, made your thing big, but you're also in a bit of a funk because you're not getting applause for it.
We're in a strange place in history right now where we are actively fighting for arbitrary ideas. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like the realization of arbitrary ideas. And if you really look at it for what it is in the material world, we're arguing about digital zeros and ones on screens and shit. Do you get what I mean? Like
those zeros and ones on screen make you zeros and ones in your bank account.
It's mad.
It's true, but unless you patent things or you trademark it or anything like that, which you really can't do in those.
Gonna patent the thing.
Patent the thing.
Patent it, whatever, paint it, whatever you want to do with it. Unless you can do it in that sense, then there's no argument. Unless Twitter wants to make a campaign and an uproar for these two people.
Okay. How would you feel? You do a monologue, you put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
You write it out, you act it out, you write it out. Mm-hmm. And then Denzel Washington uses the same monologue.
Online, man, not the whole thing. That'd be too much.
Whatever.
Like a big line. A line but that line blows up.
Yeah, so you wrote something, I don't know what it is.
All right, monologue or whatever, yeah.
So, and then one of these mainstream actors uses it and it blows up to the point where they've made it into like a mini series or something. I don't know what it is. And it's all off this one monologue or whatever. How would you deal with that?
And there's no acknowledgement.
No acknowledgement at all. Like, they don't know he exists at all. Like, they know he exists because they've stolen his thing, but they refuse to even acknowledge him in any way remotely that they're taking this from somebody else. In fact, when they ask you questions, they even... Yeah, man, I wrote it in my... I was sleeping one day, I woke up and it came to my head.
If it's something that I did and I put it on Twitter or it's out there in the Twitterverse, there's a timestamp.
Yeah, she's got the timestamp.
So there you go. There's my timestamp. So you saw when I did it, when I created it, and it's out there.
But no one cares about you, bruv.
So that's it. If they don't care, there's my proof. If you don't want to take it on the proof, fine. I'm not going to die. It's not ending my world.
Yeah, but what would you do? You're going to show, look, I was there first.
I did it first. And if no one wants to acknowledge it.
Ray J.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but
this is what I did.
He's made 20 million from it. He's made 20 million from your monologue, or whatever.
And your milk's just gone off.
Are you not going to try and take a piece of that pie?
That one's there, boy. Wait, you're sniffing milk to see whether or not it's still good. Them life there, boy.
There's only so much you can do though. If you can't do anything,
call your lawyers in, mate.
In that respect, why would you bring?
Has he got money for lawyers?
If I'm sniffing the milk, I can't afford a lawyer, can I?
Cut me mine.
That's what I'm saying. If
You would say
use your creative mind.
He's made like 20 mil.
This is
I want
mine.
a piece of that.
You say this is mine. It's time stamped. You can see I created it
Hook me
there
up, innit?
before you did it.
Excuse me, I wrote this actually 6 months before you did.
If you ask for your accolades and you don't get it, then you have a right to make a fuss. If nothing comes of it, nothing comes of it.
Do you really want accolades or do you want your check?
The accolades will come in finances.
Okay.
Go on there, Lala.
I want my
The half asleep, Lala.
I just, like I said, cut me my check. Because if Denzel Washington actually went on your timeline and saw whatever it is that you wrote.
Got time to do that, but
and he thought whatever it is that you wrote was good enough for him to take and put out there, then therefore it's clearly it's got some sort of worth. So if he thinks it's got some sort of worth and if people are buying into it, then I think you deserve a cut of that check.
But
do you think this girl deserves a...
But you would also hope, in that respect, the girl in question that stole or copyrighted or took over this person's thing would have the sense, the common decency to say, okay, I got this from you.
Not really.
I salute you.
Because if you're so insignificant that they're not even gonna, you're like a speck to them, and all your little Twitter, I did this first means nothing to them, and they just don't acknowledge you. There's that saying where they say you might have done it first, but I've done it better.
Yeah.
People don't remember who's done it first if everyone else has done it better.
You've got musicians that have done that. They've taken samples and songs and they've used it. The song has become successful, and then the originator of the song has been like, "Hang on a minute, you didn't acknowledge me."
This is something that's been going on through the dawn of time.
But Twitter makes it.
But you can copyright the music.
Yeah,
the thing is,
copyright.
all right. So was there something else, or that's the last one?
I want to talk about Kano, but I'll talk about that when I go to my when you do the endings. I have an ending for once.
Okay. One minute.
Have an ending.
I would just put a pin on that last thing you mentioned. Then, end of the day, social currency throughout the history of time, from I know it, has been part of life. Yeah, where you are, the status you have makes a difference. So if you, as somebody who's, quote unquote lowly, write something and it doesn't move anywhere, it doesn't push any needles, nobody sees it, and somebody else does the same thing, whether they copied it or not from you, and it does, unfortunately, that just comes with the social currency of that person in that position, in that stature, in that light. And that's just the way life is. If that's important to you, your idea or your movement should be to try and move yourself from this social status to that social status. And it can be by complaining. It can be by saying, I was there first, look at me. It can be by gathering
to the gym.
By gathering in the... Okay. So let's say our church notes and our goodbyes. Let's start off with Simple Simon.
At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I don't have Instagrams. I have no recommendation this week. I'm just going to keep it moving, like that.
Let's go to Webslinger.
DJ Webslinger on Instagram, DJ Webslinger on Twitter. My spider sense is not tingling over anything this week.
Mr. Wolf.
AKA Mr. Wolf. Insta, AKA _ Mr. Wolf Twitter. What's going on? See you next week, hopefully. Boom.
I am Stavros Bus. You can catch me at Stavros Bus.
We don't care about you, Bahana.
You said you wanted to do your big thing in it, so I'm leaving.
But you go last, innit?
Okay.
You always go last.
Okay. All right. I was trying to be nice.
You was getting the limelight.
Big
Fuck that limelight. I want to go my turn, man.
All right. Big Wahala.
Yes. Big Wahala inside Big Wahala, 12 people. But anyway, I've got a recommendation this week. Well, I wanted to have a topic about it, but unfortunately we've run along. But I wanted to talk about this Kano album. Hoodies All Summer. Yeah, that's the name of the album, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So this is Kano's. Is it 5th album?
You're going to talk about it.
Bro, I don't care, man. I was saying before I came, I'm a stand of 3 people. I stand Jay, as you always like to tell me. I stand Fella, because Fella's that guy. And my third one is Kano. I write for Kano as much as I can whenever Kano can release something. Because as far as I'm concerned, Kano is one of the best MCs, period. I don't mean in the UK. I mean, period.
Home Sweet Home.
He's in my top 10.
London Town.
Period. And as far as I'm concerned, this album now, again, he's come up with another one, bruv.
Has Kano got a new banger?
Bruv. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
New banger. I like it. Album is hard. 10 songs of hardness. The only problem I've got is the fact that he released 2 or 3 songs before the album actually came out. So it annoyed me that I'd heard them already. That's the only problem I've got.
Because it's a shortish
album. I prefer to hear everything already.
You've heard 30% of the album.
Yeah, but that tune's so bad. So bad. So that's the song with Kojo Funds. The lyric I love it, it goes, when man them try to act tough, so mothers have to be told to suck. Or something like that. This guy.
Bro, if you're gonna recite lyrics, bro.
I forgot the lyric. I forgot the lyric. I think it said, if man want to act tough, mothers get told to suck. I think that's what he said anyway.
Okay.
But I love the album, man. I'm properly happy with this album. I think he's shedding a couple of lyrics on this album and also in some of his past freestyles that he feels like he's underappreciated in the UK scene. Like when everybody's always talking about the best MC, his name doesn't necessarily come up when the public are talking about it.
Does he say that on this album?
Yeah, he says it. He says it briefly. So a couple of songs.
Right.
But he says like people when they come to this, like the other MCs when they're talking to me know that I'm blatantly the best, basically type thing.
He had the best fire in the booth. There was talk about Avellino and Rich 3-2 or whatever.
And they're respectable talk because Avellino and Rich 3-2-1 is wicked, but Kano's the best.
I think, well, that's a separate conversation.
I know you prefer the other one.
Avellino and Rich. Both of them as well. But Rich obviously was, but
I know you prefer the other one.
Avellino's one was hard by itself. It beat most people's. But Rich came.
But I think Kano's one is the best.
It's Kano's moment.
But I think I really do think that people, and maybe because I'm the East London boy's voice, it's in my heart. I don't think people rate Kano the way that they should rate him. And I think when he's gone is when people are going to proper
I disagree, you know.
You think that they
do you think he gets the
maybe he doesn't get the accolades, but I think he's rated. I was watching a Common video because Common's just released an album this week as well, or last week as you're listening to this. And somebody wrote on one of the YouTube comments, Common's underrated. And somebody said, Common's not underrated. He's won 2 Grammys, an Oscar, BT Award, yada, yada, yada. He's blah, 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 blah. And everybody that knows anything about rap rates him. And that's the point. But we're just not bigging it. Accolades is a different term than, what's the word you said? Ratings. Everybody rates Kano.
You reckon?
But he might not get the accolades that you might want him to get.
Yeah,
so people are not yap Kano. They'll yap because Rich rate too yap for whatever reason. And he's the godfather of grime.
Wiley. They talk about Wiley. They talk about Rich. They talk about Gigs.
They'll talk about different people for different reasons. Yeah,
but they don't bring Kano into this.
Anybody that likes that kind of music, even on the peripheral, will say Kano's a bad man. It's just that simple. It's just you might ask them. Or you say your top 5 and he'll be in there. But they don't yap. So it's the accolades he doesn't get. But it's not the ratings. He gets the ratings.
Everyone knows he's not very vocal.
He's top 5. Simple.
I just think he's not very vocal.
Yes, he drops his album, he does his tours, and then he's gone.
And then you see him on Top Boy. Doing Top Boy bits.
Yeah, even made look, because for me, this whole album is about his society and how he sees, it's about crime basically. That's how it looks. It's about crime in his community and and the effects it has on other people. How he feels his effect is on it, and even says, "Look, yeah, you might see me shooting on Netflix,
It's a contradiction.
But I'm showing you the other side as well." So even he's looking at it saying, "I'm on both sides of it. I say one thing,
it's a very mature album.
I say the other thing."
Very mature album for me.
But he's always been like that.
Yeah, he has always. He's never claimed to be a gangster. He's never claimed to be something. He just knows that.
Again, he says that in this. I'm not a gangster, but I'm partying with the gangsters.
Yeah, he's with them. I don't know. I really love the album. I want everybody to go out and have a listen to it.
I'm going to listen to it on the way home.
Yeah, listen to it.
It's true, actually.
It's not long.
Lala.
Hey, still here.
So,
man, please keep smoking that la la la.
Please don't me too, Simple Simon.
Smoking that la la la.
Sorry?
What did you say?
Wow.
I didn't hear what you said.
Don't me too.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to play to his woman anyway. I'm going to play to his woman still.
Sorry?
I'm a snitch.
You play to my missus?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll play to my missus too. I'll sit there and listen to it with her.
and this is the moment.
Yeah, watch. Listen to my breathing, miss. Sorry, go on.
Go on, Lala.
Oh, what am I supposed to say? What's the question?
Lala,
Sorry.
thank you for coming in again. It's
Thank you for
fantastic.
having
It was
me.
last minute. You saved us by being the gracious, wonderful female voice woman voice, because we can't say the
Sorry,
word
I
female.
hope I didn't waffle too much. Like, it's been
No.
tiring.
Of course not.
Not a tiring process, but it's been a tiring week, and I was hoping that I could hold it together.
Next
But,
time, go Carnival. Sit down.
Oh, no, you did well, man. You did well.
thank
Sit
you.
down.
Hard Whine. Now go on. Any shout out your podcast?
Yeah,
and
Two
I know you're
Girls
doing
on the Mic.
tons of other stuff. Shout out all that.
Yeah, Two Girls on the Mic. That's the podcast with myself and Miss She Talks. You can follow me on Twitter at Miss Lala Report, and you can follow me on Instagram if you're into fitness and you're looking for a trainer, looking for people to sign up this September. It's at Miss Lala Works. We also have the Instagram page, which is Two Girls on the Mic as well. So yeah,
That is Two Girls on a mic.
Not on a mic.
and a mic.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
And it's the number 2, not TWO.
Plug.
Don't get
What's your
confused with other
personals?
What's my?
Personals.
She gave them out.
I just
No,
gave-
personals.
So that's, if you're old school, like she is, you should know when man asks you what's the
You
personal.
get me?
Well, we're not talking about old fashion business.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
That's why he's not your wingman no more, you know. Got married and he just lost all game.
Do I need to
Go
game?
to the gym, bro.
Don't you remember back in the day when you used to go up to a
You're
girl and
so
she was
mean.
just trying to give you stuff. When you were asking them for like, you're doing this, blah, blah, blah.
Also, hold on.
what's
Are
the
you
personal,
two
fam?
skinny people really trying something? Because I didn't realize that it was sticks and stones.
Two skinny people.
I didn't realize. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'll wingman the business then, bro. All right.
Lala's defending you, you know that.
She's defending
I've
me.
been defending you all through the podcast.
You know that.
Yeah, them man fat shaming me. I'm skinny shaming you. No, thank you.
just see a
Thank you for
target and
defending
that's
me.
No, it's been a pleasure. I love you lot's podcast, so it's not better than mine, but it's all right.
Puff up your chest and give that energy.
That's right. That's
Plug. It's not
right.
better than mine.
Everybody should think their podcast is the best,
should,
even if you're lying to
Be
yourself.
like a rapper. Not every rapper thinks they're the best rapper in the world. You've got to be like that sometimes.
I like that way of looking at it because I do think man is the best. So there you go.
Notice how I laughed.
It was way she laughed as well. Like, delusional.
Almost laughed as much as when she saw the picture. Yeah, with your good words.
Fat and delusional. All right. So yeah, we've run long again. But I am Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss. Stavros says this week is uBlock Origin, which is what's the thing when Chrome and you have a thing for your browser and it's a plugin, but it's not called a plugin. What do they call it?
Extension?
An extension for your browser on your computer. It's called uBlock Origin, and basically it blocks all the stuff because they track you and they add all these ads and all that stuff. It blocks all that stuff. And
Apart from the one that they want to slide in for themselves.
Exactly.
not necessarily, man. It's one of these what's it they call it? Open
source.
Open source things. Yeah, it's nobody. It's
Open source to open your device to them to do what they do.
it's there for you. If you want to stop being tracked on the internet, on the interwebs, then uBlock Origin is something that you can put onto your browser and it will block, namely Google and Facebook, from tracking you everywhere you're going. And other things. But you can catch us collectively at ESN Podcast on all social media. Let me finish and then say your thing. So at ESN Podcast on all social medias. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Soundcloud, and many other different avenues.
Plug.
Whichever way you want. I'm going to start pushing the Spotify thing because, like I said the other day, I didn't realize we had so many views on Spotify.
Plug.
So we do. So I think we should push Spotify a bit more. And use the hashtag ESNPod to join in the conversation. Any of the topics that we've discussed today, please talk about it. Whether it is fat shaming, skinny shaming, trans shaming, F shaming. Should we be able to use a certain word? Should comedians have open, borders to say whatever it is they want? And should Africans be allowed at Carnival, or should we be banned? And should young girls be allowed to show off their bodies? It is a new day, a new era, and all of this, you shouldn't be outside like that when you're 16. It's disgraceful. You're 16 years old and you should own your body. And if you want to wear no bra and pierce nipples, so be it.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to say something. I don't know when it's coming out though, but I'm going to be on somebody's podcast. It's called Advice with Alex and Friends, and I'm going to be on their podcast. They haven't given me a release date, but they said sometime in September. And by the time this gets released, it'll be sometime in September. So I'm not too sure whether it's going to be released by that time or not. So, anyway, I'm going to be on that podcast with Alex, Advice with Alex and Friends. Check it out. Yeah.
Is this the Bobby Brown move? Yeah.
No. I told you. I told Stab I was going on there. Anyway.
You're not leaving New Edition, yeah?
No.
All right, cool.
No. I'll get on this podcast at some point. She's a very, very smart girl. Very nice girl.
I forgot to mention that I was also on another podcast last week.
Was you?
Yeah, Mo's podcast.
Oh, well, we don't care about Mo.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up when I
We love you, Mo.
So, Call Out the Box, I Stavros guested on Call Out the Box podcast, and we recorded like a few good hours of footage actually, and she put out a chunk, so she might have put another chunk. But check out Call Out the Box podcast. It was me and Mo, so shout out Mo, friend of the podcast. Yeah, and that's that. So, thank you very much for listening, and we are out.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slag for life. Sorry I forgot you, Mo. It's not because I don't care. It's just because I don't deal with light-skinned people, innit?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, it's just a joke.
Chilla la 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 boom boom chilla.
I'm allowed to make light-skinned jokes. Lala, you're tired.
Black shaming.
Look at her, man. She needed some meat. No, you were, man. Apart from when you were arguing with me. Apart from when you were arguing with me, you're making sense. I told you one thing.